Doesn't want to use it. We're just having a conversation as we go.
Poor Craig.
Poor Craig. Yeah. Hello, friends.
Those weeks now.
Yeah,
welcome.
It's kryptonite.
It's fine. I don't need to introduce the video. Hello. God. Welcome to High Rollers, the D&D campaign here on the Yogscast Twitch, also over on High Rollers D&D Twitch as well. I am your Dungeon Master, Mark Shawhumes, as always. And joining me this week we have Rhiannon, Chris Trott, Kim is back, she's feeling better.
Sponsored
on the other side,
by Albus Oil.
Not yet.
We have another sponsor.
We're not.
Tom Hazel and
Hello.
Katie, the whole gang is here.
Mark, it's your birthday!
Happy birthday to you! There is
Happy birthday, dear Mark! Happy birthday to you! Sorry, podcast
so sorry.
and everyone ever.
Tom will cut that out.
That's not
But Twitch, I'm sorry. But yes, it's my birthday today. Gosh, it was your birthday last week.
Happy
Please, I just want to get on. We got so many. And then Rhiannon, it's your birthday in a couple of weeks.
Happy
We're going to do that again. We'll do Rhiannon's
It
birthday.
was my birthday in December and we didn't celebrate it. Happy birthday!
Not that one.
Didn't we miss Tom's birthday?
No, we didn't. Shit me.
November. Close enough.
Yeah.
Well, so it's a little special birthday episode. There's lots of birthday stuff. There is donuts outside, so if you want to grab a donut mid-game, go and get one.
Chat, if you want a
TJ,
donut.
it's one for you
Yeah,
there as
TJ,
well
go
if you
get
want
a
one. So check those out. So yes, a couple of things before we get started. First of all, sponsors. First sponsor, our long-time sponsor, D&D Beyond. D&D Beyond, wonderful people. Wow, guys,
We're
come on.
clapping these.
Like, if you're gonna do
Well
it,
done, D&D.
do it.
Yeah.
I love you, iPad.
D&D Beyond is the official D&D digital toolset. Cool thing to announce this week, the D&D Beyond Discord is now live. You can hang out and discuss all things D&D. You can interact with the D&D community. You can get updates. You can ask the D&D Beyond stuff questions. And that's all available at dndbeyond.com/Discord. Go check it out. It's a great place to meet other D&D players, talk about min-maxing, talk about how your fun is wrong.
That is wrong.
Don't do that.
Don't bring that in.
Don't bring
I
that
forgot pencil.
It's so pure, that.
Failure. I never fail, Mark.
Dad has you covered.
Thanks.
So,
Told us to stop
big thank you, D&D Beyond. Dad is fine. Daddy is weird.
Well, we didn't say daddy. We said
No,
dad.
you got some people
We
say
said
daddy.
thanks, dad.
Some people tweet it.
We got WhatsApp told off.
Anyway,
Like bad children.
whilst I'm doing sponsor read, long-term sponsor, thank you D&D Beyond. We love you. Thanks so much.
Thank
Looking
you.
forward to all the new stuff coming out of D&D Beyond as well. But do you know what? We have a second sponsor this week. It's a
do.
more sponsor. Elderwood Academy.
Woo-woo!
Elderwood Academy.
Happy birthday.
So, yeah, do you want to show off this stuff? So, like, Tom, that's yours. You can show this off.
Yeah. I've been
You
using
guys
this
show these off.
for a while already.
Yeah, Rhiannon, you can do it. So Elderwood Academy make beautiful wooden D&D accessories. And they were kind enough to send us a few of their products. Provide a special one-time offer code for High Rollers fans, which I'll get to in a second. You can check out their amazing portable leather dice tray, which Trot's got there. They come in these
Hold
cool,
up. It comes in this,
which is
also a dice tray.
dice tower.
Dice tower.
Yeah.
But it's like a cool codex. You've got spell books, which Tom has.
Yeah, my
so these have
Necronomicon.
got. Yeah, so these have got. They've got like a foam insert for all your dice, miniatures, spell cards, pencils. They're also a dry erase board, so you can write on them as well.
Or a nice mirror.
Nice. Dice chest here. Actually, if you open it up, it's got a lovely set of dice in it as well, Rhiannon.
Woo!
So lovely little dice chest to hold your dice.
Ergonomic, indie on the go.
Yeah, they're all so they're all custom made. They're hand finished, natural products. They use real leather, all of that kind of good stuff.
Real wood.
Very, very super high quality. You can choose what designs.
I broke it.
The actual designs on them. So Tom, if you show off the front of your spell book on like dice tray, you can choose what images you have on them. So you can actually select what logos and stuff you have. The people at Elderwood have done a very lovely thing. They've put a special code in. So if you make an order with Elderwood today, and you put in the order notes, happy birthday high rollers,
Oh.
they'll include a free set of miniature metal dice with your order worth $25.
Wow, really?
So if you make an order at Elderwood Academy, there should be a link in chat.
There it is.
In fact,
Happy
there you go.
birthday.
So check that out. They're really lovely guys. Quentin and Dan, I believe. Really lovely. The products are super high quality. We just sent these randomly. I love them so much. I asked Bex and Full Floor to
Really nice.
contact them as a potential sponsor. Beautiful dice, beautiful words. Everything's lovely. Like the codex is like beautifully printed and engraved and stuff.
Why?
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
That's back.
It's back.
Might have just been the screen.
Okay.
TJ will fix it.
It's magnetic as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Stay shut.
very, very
Stay
lovely. Check out Elderwood Academy. Check out D&D Beyond. Our lovely
love
sponsors
it.
for today.
Clap them.
Right.
Thank you very much.
And then I guess the normal announcement stuff. If you've got Amazon Prime, don't forget your Twitch Prime. You can sub free. You can subscribe to the Yogscast or High Roll D&D if you want some special custom emotes.
We changed with the emotes. as
Yes,
well.
We did.
Daddy's boy is
Is now
Daddy.
Daddy. So you can use your Daddy emote
On
in the
Mark.
Mars chat.
Yeah.
Or in any chat.
In the chat.
We've also updated the Twitch D&D Beyond Twitch, so we've removed Matt's character, so that should be good. But yes, normal stuff, podcast, YouTube, check all of that good stuff out. It's coming up. We'll have more announcements, hopefully, at some point soon. With that, we play the old Aerois intro video.
Why not?
Let's crack on.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Well, yeah, that actually.
Let's not do that.
Just jump straight in.
You know what? Let's not.
No, do it.
TJ's he's doing it.
do.
He's getting on it.
Yeah.
He can do it. I believe in him. Welcome back. Welcome back to High Rollers.
Really enjoying his birthday.
Love it.
Yeah.
Very happy birthday. Recap for last week. A storm has come and passed over the small city of Cayley's Rest. Travelers have arrived and found friendship with a group of wayward guardians, battled priest of Zephyr in the search for answers, and even taken part in a magical dueling sport called Spell Clash.
A tiny cow.
In the Temple of Hesper, they fought against religious zealots, the sun god Palador, to protect the priest who taught them about the mysterious Eterna. And whilst the priest and our travelers survived, the temple was burnt and ruined, and a new power is rising in the city, a figure known as the Abbotess. Now, most of our travelers race back to the mausoleum of Queen Cayley I to meet with a mysterious guardian who may know a way to extend the magical construct's lifespan and save one of their own. But in the burned out remains of the Temple of Hesper, an air ganassi is sat on a half-scrubbed floor, soot stains and marks over her hands and clothes. Nova, is there... We know why that you left the group last week. You mentioned wanting to spend some time with Tiangong, wanting to help at the Temple of Hesper itself, but also maybe take a few quiet moments to yourself from the events.
Hectic.
Yes, the hectic events since you boarded the Sparrowblade. Is there anything that you want to think about? Anything you want to do whilst you are away from everyone else?
I think she probably felt a little bit bad about what happened at the Temple of Hesper, which is why she wanted to go back and help. Even if she can't replace the books, she can just scrub the floors and.
Yeah, the temple itself was quite ruined, so most of the interior is blackened. The stone survived, so the building itself is still there, but the insides have been completely decimated by the fire.
She's definitely been thinking a lot more about what Dean Simon said about the Eternal Triumvirate and how Eterna take symbiotic relationship with their host. So she's probably been thinking more about what this means is going on between her and Tiangong, which is why she pulled out of the spell clash, which you, thank you for explaining at the beginning last week, because she feels like she's borrowing Tiangong's power, so she doesn't really use it for entertainment and for sport, because she feels it's disrespectful. So she's probably thinking, like processing all this information we've had about Eterna, about Night Frost, meeting the new Guardians, and thinking about the power problem, and she's probably just processing everything. I think maybe doing a monotonous chore is her way of like working through everything and putting it in order and like storing it away in her mind.
Is there anything you want to get out of this time? Like, is there anything you want to do, or is there anything do you want to try and speak to Tiangong, or is there anything you want to accomplish, or is it just taking a moment to get away from everything?
Nothing accomplished so much as just like almost trying to make amends a little bit for the fire that happened at the temple. But also she would be kind of like trying to reach out to Tiangong and to affirm what she's learned about how Tiangong, what she has is a tiny sliver of this bigger being, and how kind of reaffirming what she said to Night Frost of she wants to reunify Tiangong to try and help the Eterna and to help Night Frost. And maybe the way to do that is to reform Tiangong and figure out where the rest of the triumvirate is.
So as you're thinking about these things, your hands worn, aching from scrubbing at the stones, clearing out debris, you can feel that ever-present gentle hum of power from your sheath, a small dagger at your side, that kind of comforting power that's always accompanied you ever since you found him. You kind of let these thoughts wander. And whilst there are no words, there is always this emotive response. You do get the sense that Tiangong's fragment or sliver, or whatever it happens to be, is comforted by your thoughts of reforging it. There's a sense of comfort. And you feel that gentle tug, almost as if it's pulling you towards the north, towards Gold Throne, maybe beyond, in the hopes that maybe something's there. There's no communication. You feel that it is still either young or weak in its form and unable to communicate as you've seen Night Frost do. But you get that sense of comfort and that sense of kind of encouraging you forwards, as in there's more. Kind of, you feel that sense that there's more out there to find,
And I'm on the right path.
Yeah, and you get the sense that if Tiangong gets closer to like a fragment, then there'd be a stronger reaction. But depends on where it is and everything else. Yeah, and you spend the day clearing it out. Dean Sign pops by occasionally, but you can see he's never really without the Harvest Guard now. He doesn't seem bothered by the mess. He makes arrangements and he is grateful to you, but without kind of keeping it, he assures you don't have to be there. But he appreciates you being there. But the conversation is passing and fleeting. It's kind of you can stay here if you want. I'm trying to deal with other things right now. And you can see he's accompanied by the Harvest Guard pretty much wherever he goes now. And so he comes back to the temple, heads off again. He comes back a bit later, heads off again. And it is around, the city is turning dark as the sun begins to dip down, when you feel that there's not really much more you can do. Most of the debris is being cleared out. Lots of the flooring is grey and blackened, but not covered in soot and ash as it once was. I know that around about now would be when they're doing the spell cast match.
I'll head over to the
Okay, yeah. The rest of you, as you emerge victorious from the magical dome of the Spell Clash Arena, you head out into the plaza and you can see that there are gathered crowds, and quite a few linger as they kind of lay their eyes over Lucius and Quill, a number of these civilians, ranging in ages, begin coming over, and they're like, hey, and they're pointing at you and cheering, and they kind of come like, Quill, and they want to try and shake hands, or they're like, the Painted Prince, and they kind of like go over, and they're like talking excitedly, like, oh, I can't believe your match was so close, we thought you were the comedy act, ha 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 ha, as this kind of gathered crowd around you. But they got really exciting. That little halfling fellow was dangerous, were you scared? And they're bombarding you with questions, and Quill, I can't believe you beat him so Rickland so quickly. We thought he was the favourite for sure. We thought that you were done for.
It's just a lucky hold. Okay.
Meanwhile, whilst this is all going on, Lucius, you can hear in your mind this voice, kind of ethereal voice. Master Lucius, the Guardian has arrived. I see him. He is wandering around the gardens, but I can hear that there is a growing crowd outside somewhere. I can hear many voices and gathered numbers.
Thank you, everybody. It's very kind of your very lovely words.
Will you sign my
Absolutely not. No, don't have a pen.
Oh,
I'm so
so there's
sorry.
like a general kind of like,
We have to go fight more battles in Spell Clash.
Lucius,
Right away.
we have to go.
Right away.
No, what a show.
Is there wind coming through?
Yeah.
Maybe a breeze of some kind?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, it's
Yes.
close to night. Getting frosty.
Getting cold, right?
Night frost. Bye.
Are you kidding?
I'm gonna go.
Okay, so the gathered crowd, I mean, it's quite a big crowd around you. Like, if you want to try and, I mean, they're not blocking your path as say. I think, like, try and disengage yourself from the conversation, unless you want to try and kind of persuade them or something like that.
I have.
Yeah, I mean, sure, like, what do you want to do?
All right, back off.
Okay, yeah, give me an intimidate check, I
Oh,
think.
shit.
You can use strength instead.
Oh, okay.
Physically imposing.
Flex it.
20.
20. Yeah, like as Ayla kind of starts barging forward, like shoving people, like Kev, the security guard, like shoving
Yes.
people aside, trying to get to the thing. People do very quickly start backing off.
See, told you I'd be security. It's fine. Got it.
Good. Let's get out of it quick.
Grind the two of them and making your way. Valor and Arvel haven't been included in the crowd, so they're kind of trotting along with Sentry at the side, who they don't seem to react to. The crowd doesn't seem as interested in as the two spell class champions. And as you begin making your way out of North Street, you catch kind of walking down the road towards you. You see Nova come from the Temple of Hesper, which is further down the street. Yeah, and Nova, you see these guys basically. You can see a crowd gathered, and then you see Ayla basically shouting and shoving and pushing Lucius.
Hey! Hey!
Oh, another fan.
Hey, listen!
Oh wait.
It's never. She's our long-term fan.
Number one fan!
We need to get away from here. There's crowds. They're following us.
No, but we
Are
need to
they
get
following?
away.
How did
They're not following. They're
They're
not
just
following.
okay.
They're following.
We'll tell you all about it. But we need to get to the garden.
When Valor sees you, she's like, "Oh my God, everyone was amazing! We all like fought this guy, and this guy was using like big fists of earth, and he tried to grab Quill, but then Quill paralyzed him, and then he fought like loads of spells at him, and it was really cool. And then Lucius, it was kind of funny because he was kind of running around for a little bit, and he fought like a little half who was kind of like a dragon as well at the same time, and then they fought, but it was kind of funny to start with, but then it got really serious, and they were really like trying to pummel into each other. It was really cool, and she's just 100 miles a minute. Super
Also,
excited.
Breeze is here. We're going to extend Sentry's life.
Actually, it's more Tracker immediately because Tracker is really, really on the way out right now. So we're
What?
trying to save him. So we're going to talk Breeze.
Yeah, last time we saw
Fix
him,
it.
he kind of wasn't himself. Oh, he was himself, just him from.
Reset.
He doesn't remember.
Yes.
The prom again as well.
He saw the prime. We've got some theories. I really went off on one in my own mind for a while.
Is
Anyway,
this important to have right now, or do y'all want to get moving?
Yeah.
Also, should me and Valor come with you, or?
the less people, the better. I think
We already know how much Breeze doesn't trust anyone that's not a guardian.
we have to hang back.
All right. Well, if that's.
I'm just going to point this out though. You've just used everything you got.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
We shouldn't have to fight.
Arvel has a crossbow.
He's not going to be.
Reliable. Crossbow's weapon.
Try to be.
I mean,
Yes.
if we could be in the
I'm
area
pretty.
anyway.
I'm pretty quiet. I don't. Like, you know,
Well, we
that
all
I'm
have
not
to hang
hiding.
back anyway.
Yeah.
We have to hide anyway.
I can turn invisible.
That's useful.
Well, as long as we all stay very distant and hidden.
Respectfully.
Yes, so Breeze doesn't get catch wind of us. Sorry, very inappropriate.
He smirks. You can see he doesn't want to. He's just like.
I'm gonna write that one down. I'm writing that one down, Lucian. That was amazing.
Did I do a funny?
Do we know what Breeze looks like at all?
A guardian.
A guardian, yes. Is he Smasher? Is he Sentry? Not Sentry. Sentry.
Night
No,
Frost,
it's like
I know.
Sentry. Tracker.
Yeah,
Meant tracker?
Frost would probably know, right?
You ask Night Frost?
Night Frost?
Yes, Master.
What does the Guardian look like? Give me a visual description.
He appears to be slender of build,
Center of build.
and his armor is darkened,
darkened, almost
coloured.
almost coloured in a way.
He is not as armored as
He is
Sentry,
not as armored as Sentry,
but he carries a staff and
but he
a hood,
carries a
a cloaked
staff
hood.
and a cloaked hood.
Staff. Magic.
Interesting. Well, Sentry, would you know, based on that, what kind of guardian he is? What sort of jobs he would have had before?
I know that.
Say that, yeah? No, you wouldn't know.
Okay.
Like I said, you know that there are guardians who cast magic. You know, guardians can fulfill any role that another humanoid can. They can be druids, they can be clerics, they can be whatever. And you know that there were war mages, you know, the guardians, but there were also mages that perform rituals or healing. You know, it varied really what the guardian's role was, depended on what they were built for. So,
I reckon before we even get to the garden, we stay behind Sentry, like far behind, just in case Breeze is like really scouting the area.
Okay.
We should find Tracker first and get him down
Yes.
as well.
In
The
that case,
Smasher, who's holding him.
They're bringing him there, though, right? Were they not going to bring him?
Oh yeah, they were all going to meet.
I mean, I'm going to leave this to you guys' memory. So.
I'm pretty sure they said that they would meet us there.
We'll see if
Am I wrong? I don't know.
can I roll a history check?
Can I roll to see if I remember?
My history check.
I'm going to leave this based on your notes and your memories.
Right, I've got 4 lines of notes from the last episode,
My brain is all spell clashed out.
most
right
of which
now.
is Chauncey Goodfellow, oh the crap, Dragon Man.
What a guy! What a guy!
Very important. note.
Chauncey Goodfellow. Was it Brewillow? Yeah, Chauncey Brewillow, I think.
So you got it wrong.
Yeah,
Ignorant.
I think it is, anyway. I might be wrong.
When I was watching this last week, I was like, Chansey!
Yeah.
Chauncey.
It's pronounced up here.
Yes. So what's the plan?
I mean, none of us remember.
Right now, you are currently on North Street, and you're heading. I mean, are you talking as you're walking, or are you stood sort of outside the main arena? If you're talking while you're walking, you're making your way down North Street. So you have North Street, the Queen's Plaza, East Street, South Street.
I mean,
How far
we need
is-
to head to the Queen's Plaza anyway.
Queen's Plaza is where the mausoleum is. Yes.
How far is the Guardian's home to where we're going?
You have to go through Queen's Plaza and then down pretty much all the way to gates of South Street.
So we have to go pretty much.
You have to walk basically the whole city. Basically, it's like on the other side of the city.
Well, didn't Tracker as well say, like in a previous, not last episode I missed, but previously, that he wasn't sure about Breeze?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we should. I think we should scout out.
Except he's going into. Was that Nova asking?
No, this is Cam.
Okay, well, Tom's answering.
Yeah.
He went into like a super memory lossy.
No, I know what happened because I watched the stream last week, but I'm saying like a couple of weeks ago, Tracker said that he didn't trust Breeze, so why would we take him there when he's in a
Because he's
compromised state?
There's no other choice.
He's powered down anyway.
Yeah.
Fair
We
enough.
made that
We were
decision
basically
for him.
taking him there.
It's a
against
last
his will.
resort.
Yeah, against
Yeah.
his
It
against his
basically would
wishes.
be. It would be against the
Yeah.
wishes, but for lack of anything else to do.
Yeah.
Onwards.
Okay.
Yep.
Sentry, take the lead. We'll follow on behind. City. There's the
So
bush.
you have Sentry in front of you guys.
Yes.
So you're leaving some space between Sentry
Yeah.
and you. Okay. So Sentry, you're first to notice this, but as you enter Queen's Plaza, this large open circular, like market square almost, with this huge kind of hilled garden in the very middle of it, you can see that a large crowd has gathered around a small, hastily built stage. Harvest guard and figures in dazzling armor engraved with symbols of the sun and flames are positioned all around, watching various travelers and citizens of the city. And you can see that there is a woman stood on the wooden stage, flanked by 2 armored-looking knights, as well as Malika Dawnblast. You see a woman. Her white robes cover her body, but leave her arms and thighs exposed. A metal breastplate covers her chest, and armored boots rise up to her knees. Long, flowing blonde hair with streaks of orange and red spills out of a short mitre with a golden symbol of Palador at its front, and she holds a tall crozier staff tipped with the same symbol. She stood on the stage addressing a very large gathered crowd that's filled a portion of the Queen's Plaza. Think the kind of big open space of the Vatican in front of St. Paul's. Is it St. Paul's? Yeah. And you begin to hear this voice, magically projected through magic. The actions at the Temple of Hesper were the actions of a sad, misguided few. Actions that the Abbey and myself would never condone. Whilst many of us within the Abbey have strong views on ensuring that Savona is safe and that the hard work of its citizens is acknowledged, we would never wish any harm or ill will to the travellers and races that come here. Sadly, many people have suffered terribly from the free movement and open borders our current king has encouraged. People have lost their homes, their land, their work, and it is easy for these individuals to be swayed by violence and others. Now that our dear abbot has passed on into the warmth of our heavenly protector, I intend to make sure that these dark stains are burned away and that Savona is united as one. In fact, that is why I asked the other faith leaders to join me at the Abbey as our dear abbot passed, to talk about the future. I am overjoyed Star Mourner Elamus and Rest Keeper Jester, along with our mayor, joined me. Even now they are at the Abbey discussing ways to bring Savona closer together. Despite the terrible manner in which he was treated, it is my dearest hope that Dean Simon and Caretaker Mason will join us too, and I offer them my humblest apologies and promise to ensure that such behaviour does not happen again. And you can see that there is a murmuring of the crowd as this woman speaks, but as she does, this crowd is gathered in an aura around her. They just stare up at her, mesmerised. There's a few kind of claps. You can see a few more vocal people like, yeah, cheering, kind of saying, praise be to Palador, and you hear this kind of like growing kind of applause erupt around. But the crowd is so large that you see the guards are watching you, mixture of Harvest Guard and these armoured knights. You just hear this kind of as you wander past.
We all hear it.
Yeah, you all hear it, yeah. As you're making your way through the plaza, you can't help but hear it. It booms outwards. The woman bows her head. She offers a short prayer to Palador. It is my dearest blessing that the light of our great Lord descends upon you all. Treat your lands and your hearts fairly. This is our land, but it is a bounty to be shared where it can. I thank you. And there's a clap and applause, and you can see that she then begins descending from the stage, flanked by these knights. You can see her whispering to Malika Dorwest and a few others.
Well, she sounds lovely. Maybe we've got it all wrong.
I don't know. Dark stains burned away.
Yes, it's the dark stains of the select few that ruined the name.
Sure.
Things in the Temple of Hesper that are currently.
Yeah. The
Oh, I think about
Ashbringers,
it like that, yes.
the Ashbringers had a different idea of what a dark stain was, and it happened to just be all of us.
Yeah, but she said that she doesn't like them, so...
She said that, but Brookstone said a lot of different things as well.
You're right.
As a reminder, who has a passive perception above 14?
I do, but... Oh, mine's 15 with my one eye. Yeah, so yeah.
15?
Yep.
Nope, on this side?
13.
13?
13.
Nope. So just Quill. You, whilst you're saying that, just out the corner of your eye, you kind of cock your head and you catch a glimpse of this woman, this abbotess. And she must be young, she must be in her 30s. As she's talking, she looks over and clocks the group of you. And she just looks over and just nods, goes back to her guards, whispers something else. And then you see her begin to head over towards you.
How big a crowd around us?
Pretty big. If you want to try and disappear, you easily could.
Have you got fireball?
She's seen us. She's coming over.
Coming over here.
guards.
Wait.
Do I look?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, as Quill now points this out, the rest of you can look around and you can see her very slowly, not in a hurried pace, but you can see her and these two knights making her way over.
I'm wondering if this has put Breeze off even coming. All these
I hope
people.
not. How far is the mausoleum from this?
So imagine the big plaza,
Yeah.
it's a big open space. The mausoleum and its gardens are right in the middle. So it's like having a botanical garden on a hill in the middle of like a big, massive
Yeah.
square. Like a huge plaza, like this is,
Yeah.
streets wide.
Look, we don't need to leave.
She can
There's-
see where we're walking. If we walk there, she's going to follow.
One of two things is going to happen. One, she's going to talk to us in front of this crowd of people under the disguise that she has.
Disguised?
No, I mean, with the kindness and generosity and friendship.
Brookstoning.
She's within about 10, 12 seconds of reaching you at this point.
Play cool.
So-
Cool.
She's not going to do anything in front of all these people that she just addressed.
True.
Okay. So as you finish saying that, you see this woman approach. You can see that a lot of eyes have turned around. And as she kind of stands before you, she's tall. She's maybe like 6'1", but you imagine that her heeled boots probably add at least a couple of inches to that. And she bows her head. I believe that you are the ones responsible for protecting D. Simon from my wayward followers.
That's us.
She nods her head. I wanted to thank you. Thank you for dealing with it. It is a terrible shame that they misunderstood my intentions and used for their own violent means. I am sad to hear that you had to kill them. I would have hoped to have preferred to have brought them to justice as a lesson. But obviously, you must have been trapped and defending yourselves, I'm sure.
Oh yes, they set the whole place ablaze, and most of them actually, didn't a few perish in their own flames?
I believe that there is rumors of a small sect who believe that they can die in the flames in service of Palador. It is a terrible thing, something that I must deal with. But I wanted to come and meet you all. Could you tell me your names?
I am the Painted Prince.
Oh, how very quaint. I mean your real names.
Yes.
My name is Kilek Adkalar.
Adkalar. I have not had many chances to speak with your kind before, apart from those at Wayspire. Are you not of the guild?
Well, as you can see.
Oh, does that prevent you from the services to your guild?
Yes, they fly. I don't.
A shame. And the rest of you? How about you, my dear? She looks over towards Ayla.
Ayla.
Just Ayla, is it?
Yep.
I perhaps am mistaken. I believed that your kind had clan names. But perhaps that is not always the case. I am
We do.
ignorant of such things.
I just prefer not to discuss it.
Oh, a shame. Shall do that.
Is it hot out here? Is it?
Can I roll an insight check on that avatar? Like,
Sure, yeah, absolutely you can.
nah, 5.
That's an interesting roll.
5.
5? I mean, she is being very polite, smiling. You don't see kind of any sense that she's hiding her emotions or she's trying to be deceptive in any way. She seems to just being quite genuine in everything that she's said so far. It's the best you can get a read on her. And you?
I'm just kind of looking at the ground at this point, just sort
There's
of.
no need to be shy, my dear.
We're just travelers.
Nova, don't tell her your real name.
Nova, is it? Are you from Vortensar? I've read a little of the Ganassi city, but I've never heard too much about it.
It'd be hard to hear much about it, given that it was teleported hundreds of light years away and replaced with a different city. Wait, no, I've got it confused in my head. Ignore that.
No, I think it kind of makes sense. Nova in a panic says the wrong,
Yeah.
switches around.
Nova's dyslexic.
Yeah. She's just like, and you?
My name is Virion Smasher.
Deception check that, please. Please.
8
Oh, 8.
plus 11.
8 plus 11, so 19.
8 plus 3, 11.
Oh, 8 plus 3. That's like plus 11. Wow, I'm
At
impressed.
level 4.
She kind of looks, and she kind of looks hurt almost, or oh, I feel like she's been slighted.
You don't trust the pretty lady.
She's just like, oh, well, if you didn't wish to tell me your names, I suppose that you simply should have just
I
said.
didn't wish to fight some of your people.
They weren't misguided. They were not my people. They believed in Palador, and I believed that they served him dutifully, but clearly they've been twisted by their anger and frustrations. I knew some of them, and I knew that they had had hardships in the past. Certain farms lost. There's a flick of her eyes towards Ayla when she says it. Farms lost to raiders, to businesses lost to people from overseas.
Temples lost to...
Extremists.
I am so sad to hear about Dean Simon's temple. I know that he was not keen on people, but it is important for a library to be in the world.
Nova really nervously puts her hand up.
Yes, my dear.
If you were really sad about what happened, she's so nervous at this point. If you were really sad about what happened at the temple, why weren't you there today? Or why didn't you send people from your temple to help with clearing up? I was there all day and I didn't see any Palador worshippers.
Oh, it's quite simple, my dear. Myself, I have been desperately trying to speak with Dean Simon and other faith leaders to make sure that something like this doesn't happen again. I'm afraid that my role means that I don't get to do menial, manual tasks.
You could have sent some of your worshippers.
Not the Ashbringers. Sorry.
She looks, oh, I tried, but Dean Simon wouldn't have them anywhere near it. Understandable, of course.
And Simon didn't say he saw you today.
Really? I'm quite surprised. I didn't get to speak to him personally, but he did receive my messages and sent one back. Rejected my offer of help.
I just think if you were truly sad by what happened, you would save face and show how much you reject the actions of these so-called extremists by turning up yourself.
She gestures to the stage. Well, I believe I did. And as I said, Simon rejected my offer of help. But I understand your mistrust. It's understandable that travellers of your kind perhaps would look a bit disfavourably on me right now. You must be the Guardian. Are you known to the others that live in the city?
I have made myself known. I'm Sentry, Guardian of Solomon. I'm standing tall, making sure that I'm bigger than her.
Yeah, she's looking up at you slightly. There's no hint of intimidation, though. She's just like, oh, I'm pleased. But I only wish to come and offer my thanks.
What happened to Mason?
What happened to him? I believe that there were another few more of these misguided souls, but they were not as violent as the ones that you had to encounter, I'm afraid. They were aggressive, but after some stern words and making it clear that he did not wish to attend, they left, and they have been punished. They're in disgrace.
These Ashbringers,
Terrible group.
they were tasked with bringing select few to your place.
I requested people from the Abbey. I did not know that they were a member of this cult.
Are there any more of them?
Why? It is my fear, but
And-
it is something that I will be investigating.
My worry is a poor Hesper man, I forgot his name.
Dean Simon.
Dean Simon was going to be brought against his will. What of the others?
Star Mourner Elanus came peacefully. Reskeeper Jasna came peacefully. The mayor came peacefully. I'm afraid that this is the act of individuals. It was, if you are to imply that this was at my request, I am offended, quite frankly.
I'm trying to piece together the truth.
A lot of priests were being asked to go to your place.
Perhaps you missed my speech earlier. I wanted them to come to say goodbye to the abbot as he was unwell, but also to talk about the future.
How did the abbot die?
He's been sick for a few weeks now. Slow progress. We tried to heal him, but it did not seem to work.
Can I roll another insight? Is that allowed?
I'd say that your earlier check was you trying to read her body language, and she's either
Shut down.
very, very skilled Or there's just nothing there, like she's not hiding anything. You're watching her eyes and she's just looking at you when she answers.
She's too pro for me.
She's too, she's too just like genuine, it seems to you. She's just like, yes, it's very tragic. And he died peacefully in his sleep, at least. He's been a friend of mine for a long time.
Our
I will
condolences.
miss him. Thank you.
And I hope this is a sign of greater times for your Abbey.
She just nods. It's like, I believe it will be. Now that these things have been light. Not much can hide in the light of Malador. She just nods and bows her head. And then the knights who have been behind her, like these hulking, like sentry-sized knights, just nod their heads and she begins to make way off.
I don't like her.
Quill,
I thought it was best that I just kept my mouth
you
shut,
have 20
honestly.
without, if it's not based on vision, your passive perception is 20, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You hear her whisper to the knights and it's at a distance that you're like, she probably thinks I can't hear her. You hear her just say like, look into where they are, where they're staying.
So,
That went well, I think.
how did that go, everyone?
She reminds me of someone.
Really?
Smasher?
No. The B word.
Oh, Stone?
Yes, I got her.
I don't like her.
I mean, she seems genuine,
So
but
Brookstone.
I just don't get why she didn't come to the temple if she was that upset about a rival temple. Well, not a rival temple, but
Nova, this is because you are too pure and good for this world, and she is absolutely not.
I
Most
just
people
don't
suck.
understand.
Most people suck.
If my worshippers burned down another temple, I would go and at least be there.
Again, nice person, horrible person.
But she seems.
They're the ones who do seem nice.
Was she lying?
Most likely.
Most likely.
It's baffling.
This is another Brookstone situation, isn't it?
It's
being Brookstone.
Yeah.
We're being Brookstoned pretty badly.
Being Brookstone.
Let's
I love how that's now a verb. I love it.
It's the B word.
Let's get out of this crowd.
focus on the tracker situation.
Yeah.
Well, the crowd's still around, and you can see there's a few guards here. If you want to try to get into the garden, I mean, there are guards patrolling it. You're not normally allowed in the gardens at night. So you're going to have to sneak in.
Can we... Malika's here, isn't she?
She was around, yeah? Do you want to find her?
Should we?
I mean, I could turn you invisible and you could sneak in,
Could do that.
but
We asked Nightfrost where his
Yes,
are.
Master Eleanor.
Have you seen Beast recently? Is he still there?
He has eluded my sight for now, but he has not left the gardens, I'm certain. I believe that he may be waiting, but
Is he in from this crowd?
I believe so.
Right. In which direction?
He gives you a vague direction.
Like the opposite side?
Not
Just
really,
around
because like the crowd's kind of like, it was such a big crowd. Yeah, I would say he probably would have moved to the opposite side of the gardens, away from the crowd.
Do you see like another way in if we were to just pretend to leave and then come in a different way?
What, into the garden?
Yes. Like hop a wall or something.
There's a fence the entire way around, Master Lucas.
it
There are
big?
several guards positioned at various gates. The fence is approximately 10 feet.
But this is public grounds, right? Why are they guarding it?
It's the evening.
Ah, yeah, then you're right.
It's also, it's like the resting place of one of the major queens of Savona. It's like, why is Buckingham Palace closed at night?
I just want to see the crown jewel.
Wonder where
Well,
everybody
wrong
at.
site,
Yeah,
but, you know.
exactly. Yeah. It's
I
that-
just want to go see the funny hat at midnight. What's wrong with that?
It's kind of that deal. So it's open to the public during the day, but at night they're like, we don't want people sneaking in. Because also, I think as you guys went in the mausoleum, it looked like there was like the mausoleum itself was very richly made. There were things like beautiful kind of like tapestries and fabrics. There was also like a staff on the wall, like a golden magic-looking staff. You kind of think that maybe they're trying to protect that stuff as well.
Trust.
Yes,
You have the ability to speak to people telepathically.
I can speak with people around me, yes. But they need to be in proximity to you.
Ah, right. So I need to get in there.
Are you trying to talk to Breeze?
Yeah, through Night Frost. But I need to be there. So,
You need to be in a rough proximity.
so if I go to a wall nearby,
It depends on where he is, but yes.
close to you,
Possibly.
and then we try and find him.
If you wish to try that.
It's an option. You probably only heard the one side, didn't you?
Yeah, you were
Yes. Like a rambling lunatic.
When did he discover he could do that with Night Frost?
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Since I've had him. I let go of him
Yeah.
Yesterday.
yesterday.
Cool.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So cool.
So, right. So, what's happening? What's the plan?
Oh, I could potentially. I need to be close to Night Frost, but he could reach out to Breeze and speak to him.
Worth
Go
a shot.
nearby.
Is Night Frost able to make his way back to you alone?
I'm sure, yes. But we don't want him in there.
You
Yeah.
said you teleport in the Temple of Hesper.
Teleport?
That's what you said. You said it last
No, he said that
earlier.
He did teleport in the Temple of Hesper.
because he had Night Frost on.
I can teleport. I think I need to know where I'm going.
But if you're trying to get into the temple,
Is this a solo mission like the cows?
I mean,
Oh,
at the
dear
very
God,
least,
no.
if
Never.
Nova can make Sentry invisible, that's
Wait.
good.
Yeah.
Breeze won't like me. Yes, you should go in. I should be invisible as Night Frost and reach out to Breeze, but then... Oh, Night Frost, can you do voices? I cannot, Master Lucius. Piss. Sorry.
How about we just had the faith that nothing's gonna happen?
Faith would be good. I think we could use some faith right now.
And if something does happen, just shout real loud and we'll come in and risk getting arrested.
Or I could send Echo to come get you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's give it a try, shall we?
Okay. So what's the plan?
So the guards around the temple, the gardens.
Yeah, they're not like, it's not like a ring of guards, like, you know, an unbroken ring of men and women. It's
Linked at the arm.
There is a 10-foot iron fence that goes around the whole gardens with the mausoleum at the very middle. And then every so often, about like 3 or 4 points around the plaza, there is a fence, like a gate. And there are 2 guards looking very bored.
Is
stood
it like
outside them.
in Ocarina of Time when you break
I don't
into
know what
Hyrule
that is.
Castle in
I-
the gardens
I don't
and they're
know
all on like a loop where they like walk forward, walk back, walk forward?
No, this is more like there are 2 guards on either side of each gate. There's like a small like little wooden box for them to go into if it's raining. And they just stood there looking really bored.
So,
They're probably idly chatting with each other.
Sentry needs to become invisible.
Okay.
I need to bring Night Frost. Could you come back to me?
Yes, Master.
Stealthily.
Yes.
Stealthily.
If he's moving, he does have to make a stealth
I
check.
mean, he could listen in on the conversation.
Okay.
But I need him to come in so I can teleport in.
But these
Okay.
are harvest guards, right?
What?
Yes, these are
Yeah,
harvest.
but also
Seeing like
I
a
feel like
shadowy figure would be weird.
No, I know, but Malika's on our side. If we just tell her,
we're kind of troublemakers at this point.
no, she's very much on our side. And if we just tell her,
Let's try this first.
okay,
Actually, no, we're breaking the law. Let's not.
but no, okay, so
Shadow whips from underneath the fence, skirts along the ground, and rejoins Lucius's shadow.
okay,
Hello, everyone. He's here. I have turned.
hello.
Hi, Night Frost.
Did anyone spot you?
I do not believe so.
Okay.
Do you wish me to remain in shadow form, Master Lucius?
For now, yes. What form do you need to be in for the Misty Step, the cloak?
I believe so, yeah.
Can you cloak for this? Badass.
And can this this teleport can you do it to multiple people?
Just me.
Okay.
30
His
feet,
spell, Misty Step.
30 feet, silvery mist. Might see the silvery mist.
Right.
Let's do it in a cubby hole. Hopefully we can
Or in a
see-
bush.
Or in a bush. Bush.
That would entertain me far more.
Sentry needs to be invisible.
I can try and climb over.
How long do you get?
1 hour.
Oh.
And how do we?
I'm just
I'm
waiting.
literally, Nova's just been holding her hand out, like, while everyone's arguing, just like,
Let's do it.
Where's she gone?
So Sentry turns invisible, you cast a spell. I'm assuming that you would move away from the guards, cast a spell.
I feel like we're talking
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
An alleyway. Well, you're not in the gardens yet. You're out in the main plaza, so you can duck into like in between 2 buildings and cast invisibility. And
Is Echo invisible?
no,
Cool.
you could hold him if you hold him, then he'll be invisible.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Does Tiangong give you like visual imagery, or is it just feelings?
mostly feelings and emotion. And I think basically Tiangong is so splendid at the moment. I can't really have a conversation like you do with Night Frost. Oh, by the way, and I kind of cut my mouth to Night Frost. I'm like, Night Frost.
Talking at Lucius's chest where the scarf is.
Night Frost. I spoke with Tiangong and updated Tiangong about you and how I'm going to try and reform Tiangong so they can help you. And I got a feeling of great comfort and I also got a sense of direction. So I think I know where the next bit is. So I just wanted to tell you, update you.
Thank you, Lady Nova. That is very
Did we all hear Nova saying this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just whispering at us.
So it's like what, like a minute?
Okay.
You've got 59 more of those left.
Probably get going.
Climbing.
So Sentry, did you just go off, or are you going to wait for the
I'm
others?
gonna wait for Lucius.
Sentry, I'm going to try and teleport back to the place where we saw the tiny little hole that Breeze made.
Okay, I'll
That's
try and
quite
get-
far into the gardens. 30 feet will get you beyond the fence, and then that's pretty much it. You'll have to make your way there.
Okay, I'm looking here, right, Sentry? I'm going to go beyond the fence. Just
Okay.
past it, 30 feet that direction. Try and meet me there.
I'm looking in that direction. I know you can't see me doing it, but I'm
I
looking
try
that
and
way.
assist
Good.
Lucius in finding a place that's gonna keep him hidden.
Yeah, survival check.
Not the
for me.
middle
you
of
make
the
a survival
bush.
check for me. Meanwhile, if you're going to climb over, it's an athletic check for you,
Yes,
please.
please.
12.
12? 12's enough to help him out a little bit. I'll give him a +2 minutes.
I've got a
This
12.
way.
Okay. And so you're just trying to land yourself in a bush so you are hidden. Stealth check. +2 bonus. How much you get?
Natural 20.
Natural 20. So, visibly means that they can't see you.
But they smell you.
Yeah. But I mean, where are you doing this?
Or
Are you
they
going
can
to
hear
find
him.
like an empty bit of fence? Like whereabouts
Yeah, I'm gonna try and find like
Between
a
gates.
yeah.
between the
there's
two
no-
fences?
yeah.
Okay. So I'd say that with that and the invisibility, like you hear Sentry like clang, bong, like literally like knocking against the iron fence as she
Can I
pulls
try
herself
and
over.
help her up, like with my
You'd
strength?
have to
try
go
and
right
boost her?
up the fence, and you'd be there at the fence, like doing this. So if anybody came by, they'd see you doing this.
Are there any guards within?
There's not, but there are still civilians
Okay.
also walking around.
I won't do that.
So, but Sentry climbs over it. You just hear a lot of noise as she's doing, and then you hear like a crash of like crumpling onto a bush.
I'll just be like, yeah, so I was cleaning the temple of Hesper and that was
Would
not
you
very
lot
helpful.
shut the fuck up down there? A man like closes the window. Some people are trying to work.
Sorry. Did that work?
Lucius, what are you doing? So you're gonna misty step 30 feet. So you'd probably have to walk close to the gates, like nonchalantly, like,
I still wish it was this time.
and then you teleport in. Okay. And what did you get on the stealth?
Natural 20.
You got an extra 20 with an extra +2. So yeah, Lucius, like in an instant, you wait almost for like somebody to turn around. You watch like a guy walking the other way, like a
Whenever
baker.
speaks up.
Yeah, and he like looks up at the man yelling at her, and then there's that, and she like whoosh and teleport inside, and you appear not in a bush, like you actually managed to land perfectly in like the middle of a bunch of different foliages, so you're not in the middle of anything as well. But you've still got a ways before you reach where you were previously. Night Frost can direct you to roughly where he last saw Breeze, but he doesn't know exactly where. So the two of you will have to wander, and you can't see Sentry. So how are you communicating, or?
Lucius! I'm like banging my arm. Ding, ding. Lucius!
Okay,
Ding, ding.
right. So,
I'm here.
Knife is going to try and guide me back to where Breeze was.
Okay.
Stay really quiet.
Okay.
Go from bush to bush.
So can you both make stealth checks? Sentry, you'll have advantage. This is more for the noise than anything else.
Right.
Why did we make
17.
the only person
Roll
Breeze
again.
is looking for invisible?
You've got advantage.
Oh yeah.
21.
18.
Did you get past the guards?
Okay.
True.
Cynic.
So you begin crawling through these gardens. And whilst during the day they had this peaceful quality to them, these large tall trees, drooping willows, beautiful flowers, and these statues of this mage-like woman, at night there is an unease. There's a chill wind blowing through the town, and as you make your way, the trees form shadows that you're constantly checking. Is that Breeze? Is that Lucius? Is that Sentry? You're never quite sure. And it becomes hard to tell if you're kind of moving in the same directions or at the same speeds with each other. Dark shadows and shapes begin looming around you as you weave through these gravel paths, soft crunching underfoot. eventually you make your way round towards the main steps leading into the mausoleum itself. And you see, sat there, cross-legged, staff resting on his knees, is a guardian, hood pulled down, but you can see the wooden, stone, metal frame of his arms, his legs. The stone and metal have been darkened, like painted or maybe coated in something. The wood itself is a very dark walnut wood, so he's very hard to see in the shadows. But he just sits there with this long, gnarled staff with a red gemstone in its very head. I mean, he just sits there quietly, head kind of slightly bowed, hood pulled low. He doesn't seem to have noticed you.
I'm in the head. Tell Sentry that I'm going to hang back, and if she needs something, call for me.
Very well, Master Lucius. I'll see if she's nearby. Yes, she's not far. Sentry, in your head you hear, Master Lucius says if you encounter trouble, he will not be far to call out for him. Good luck, Lady Sentry.
Thank you.
Night Frost.
Yes.
Another request.
Yes?
Could you go tell the others that we're in position?
The others are now too far. They are out of their range, Master Lucius.
You want us over there?
I can go there as my shadow form.
And risk being caught.
Yes. And they will not be able to hear me, but I could hear before them and lead them.
Biz.
Okay.
Stay with me.
Sentry, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go to Breeze.
Okay. You know that you can end the invisibility. Like, Nova has control of the spell, but you could, like, do something to break the invisibility if you want to. Or you can remain invisible.
Okay.
It's up to you.
I think I'll just break it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you, like, get in front of him and then...
Yeah.
Okay. There is a kind of moment where he seems startled. His hand snaps down to the staff. Then he sees the guardian form. He's like, oh!
Sorry, it was the only way we could get in.
No, you almost scared me. You must be Sentry.
Yeah, I am, yes. Breeze?
Pulls his hood back and you see this bald wooden framed head, but he has almost like horns made of metal, kind of curve around like tiefling's horns, kind of extend from the front of his brow, curve round. That looks newer. It's not the same metal that he's made from, and you can see it's been bolted in, almost like he's done it himself, like he's created tiefling horns. And he has two red eyes, like gemstone eyes, like yours, with a much more kind of stock face. He doesn't have the same faceplate that you have. He has a more normal guardian face, kind of hinged metal door, that sort of thing. He kind of pulls it back, like, well, it's a pleasure to finally meet you. Scout and the others have spoken quite highly of you.
It's a pleasure to meet you too.
I understand that you wanted to meet. I was curious to meet you as well. I've heard recently that Tracker has gotten worse.
Yes, he has. That was something I wanted to ask you about.
Of course. Well, I'm here to answer your questions, and if you don't mind, I have some questions for you as well.
Yeah.
Go on, please. You may begin.
So I was told you could extend Guardian life, or you knew a way of doing that. Well, because Tracker's fallen worse.
Yes.
Is that something you could do for Tracker?
Yes, and it is something I have spoken to the others about, and I know Tracker himself had some reservations the last time he and I spoke, but the others are very fond of him, and I said would be his choice. But yes, it is something. It is something that I learned from my mentor, a guardian, who rescued me after some non-guardians, well, they nearly killed me, but he rescued me, and I've learned ritual. Something that he discovered years ago now, 20, 30 years. It was an experimental process, a process that would help restore Guardian's matrices, but different to the way that it was normally done. Something new, something that wasn't lost during the summary. He learned this ritual, he found it in an old ruin, and he realized that he could extend not only his life, but other Guardians' lives as well. And so he began reaching out to them, finding Guardians nearing their lifespan and offering them the chance. And well, I was nearing my own end, so I took it. I mean, I've existed for nearly 50 years now, Sentry. Well beyond what we normally would.
50 years?
50 more years.
Wow.
Yes, I can. And I can help Tracker, and I can help any Guardian that needs it. It is not... we don't publicize it. We don't go around shouting and screaming about it because lots of people fear us. They fear what we're capable of. We don't age normally. If we can keep this process so we can live forever, many of the races are jealous of that. And we worry what may happen if this technique, this ritual, if it got out there. We do what we can. We find guardians and speak to them and make sure that they're prepared. They understand what's required and what may come to them if they take this on board. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. So what is required? What?
Well, before then, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Do you care about Guardian Sentry? I've heard from Scout that you travel with non-Guardians, but I mean, what was your role? What were you built for?
I was built for protecting the royal lineage of Solvin. I was protector of the Queen, and Queens were after her. And
Do you feel companionship to your fellow Guardians?
I do greatly. I served in the forces as well, and having a companionship with other Guardians was detrimental to my purpose.
It's just, he kind of stops for a moment. He's like, that's good. We need protectors. Our people are, I don't know if you've traveled much, but in my 50 years, Guardians are hunted by some of the non-Guardians. They hunt us for parts, for magical research, because they fear us, because we represent a time that they don't remember. That scares me sometimes. I mean, even the others here in the city, they've been attacked, they've been tormented. This Church of Palador, I know, is out to get them. I can help them. In terms of what's required, your question that you asked, it is a transference of magical power. I don't know if you know this, but our matrices, they are concentrated magic. That's what gives us our sentience. We are beings of magic, but that magic takes control of these physical forms, you see.
Yeah.
So the matrix, I call it fading, when we begin to lose that sense of self. That's why some of us just become nothing, and some of us turn feral. We lose that sense of who we are. So this ritual, it replenishes that magical energy.
Okay.
There's multiple ways that it can be done, but it is a transference of magical energy in essence.
Okay, and transference from what? From where does it come from?
Various sources. It can come from objects, places even. There are some places so steeped in magic that it can be siphoned. There are some creatures that are magical as well, magical beings, creations of magic, spirits, familiars, that sort of thing.
Okay.
I mean, magic is in all things. There's magic everywhere. There is no end to the sources that it can be drained from, it can be taken from.
Okay. And the Prime, I've been seeing a lot about Prime.
Yeah.
Especially in the last couple of days. Tracker had a very vivid, almost like a memory, like almost like he was seeing the Prime.
I've seen this. I've seen it myself. The Golden Guardian sends us to find the Prime. Yes, I've seen it myself, as have many Guardians. The ones that we help are near the end of their lifespan. They all report the same thing, a message to find the Prime. But from my experience, I don't know what it is, whether it's a cruel joke or a spirit or a faulty in our making. I don't believe there is a Prime. Maybe it represents hope, the dream of an afterlife, but from what I've discovered, no such thing exists. And why it encourages us to find them when we are nearing our lifespan, I don't know. I'm afraid I can't help you there. Since conducting the ritual, since extending my life, I do not have those visions anymore.
Tracker mentioned during his vision the Glass City.
I remember something along that line, but I looked and looked and I couldn't find such a place.
Okay.
I'm sorry. But I think that with this technique, Tracker or any Guardian who's nearing their lifespan doesn't need to worry about the Prime. We don't need to rely on some mystical vision. We can make our own future. A future for our race, a proper future. We're dying out, Sentry. If we don't do something, Every guardian on Aerois will fade away, will become relics, corpses. I don't want that to happen.
No, me neither. Although I have seen more than I ever thought I would here. In Kelly's Rest,
It's quite a town. There are many places like it. Well, if you'd like to assist, I've asked Scout and the other to bring Tracker to... There's a small ruin about an hour outside of the north gates. Beneath it there is a tunnel. And if you follow that tunnel, it will lead you to a crypt. I've been using it as a sort of base of operations. It's away from non-guardians. A place to be quiet, to think, and for us to help Tracker. But I prefer not to be around non-guardians when we do it. Just because my experience with them has always been very bad. I hope you can understand.
yeah, well, my experience with them has been very good for the most part, so
Please.
it's unfortunate for you.
I think perhaps a little bad luck. But yes, well, if you want to come and sit, we will welcome you.
Okay. Well, thank you,
He
Breeze.
just nods. He's like, no, I'm here to help you. You're of my kind. And he kind of stands up and he offers a hand. He like takes a hand. He's just like, we need to look out for each other. He's like nods. Very well. He bows, pulls his hood up, and then steps back. His form kind of shimmers. Turns invisible.
Lucius.
Can I hear that?
Yeah, you can hear. You heard the whole conversation.
Oh, Night Frost, tell her hello.
Hello.
Hi.
He said hello.
How'd it go?
I've got some funny feelings about Breeze.
Oh, like good ones or bad ones?
Very, very mixed feelings.
Well, let's get you out of here first.
Let's
Let's
get
have
you
a little
out of
group
here too.
chatty.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Oh, but you're not invisible anymore.
No.
No.
So how do we get you out? I'm panicking a little bit. And we don't have the other people to help us think about things. And we just calm us down. Honestly, I'm
No, I'm
panicking.
getting run hacking now as well. How would I do that?
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Send through. We're
Okay,
gonna be
send Echo.
okay.
I'll send Echo.
Yes, send Echo.
Okay, I'll send Echo.
And then what?
He's too late.
I mean, you know, he's just hovering around because you were holding him before, so now he's just like hovering up in the air.
Echo, can you go get the others, please?
About like, I mean, it's probably taken, the whole conversation took maybe like 5-10 minutes, 15 minutes a max. It's about 20 minutes. This little orb like floats over the fence. What's his stealth? Do you have his stats?
Oh, yeah.
Roll a stealth check for him for me, actually.
Hey, bud.
Let's see how well he rolls stealth first.
Hits the fence.
Oh, that's 5.
So you guys see Echo floats over the fence, but then just kind of like floats along the plaza and just happily bobs along. And one of the guards is like, a guard further down, like looks over and sees this little floating eye. And he's like, points at it. And they look curiously and they begin making, like one of them begins making his way over. And Echo just comes and finds all of you. And it is like,
Do we see the guards like following it?
you see the guard and he's like, oi, you lot, what's that thing?
Good question.
Hey, I'm just gonna kind of like,
Is that yours?
yeah, it's a construct I made. Like,
Look, well, you shouldn't be having it flying around the Guardians. They're
Sorry,
off limits.
I lost control. I promised. Oh, I'm actually good at deception. Ooh. What's 9 plus 13?
13. He's like, he like looks at you. He's like, all right, well, look, clear off. You shouldn't be around this area anyway.
Okay, sorry, sir.
He like watches you. Go on. He's
just-
like watching you leave.
I kind of cuddle Echo and like I'm collecting a toy or something. And I'm just like,
So Echo's beyond your telepathy range. So he's on his own intelligence now. And he's like, you feel him tugging you to the fence. Like he's like, woo! He's like pulling you like you're, And he's quite light. You can hold him back. Give me a strength check. Because I just realised that Nova's not very strong.
no, you're not.
What's
Straight up
Echo's
strength. She's
I
7.
could
she's
notice
minus
it.
It
2.
might be in your thing, but
11.
9.
9.
9. Okay.
3.
Okay, so he's got strength of 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's pretty weak. Yeah, you're probably fine. So you're like holding him back. He's like,
I'm like, come on, Echo, just play along now.
He settles down.
Oh, okay.
He's an intelligent creature.
Yeah.
He knows, like, he's like, oh, okay.
We'll get back to her in a second.
Does that mean they're in trouble? Does that mean trouble?
I'd
By the way, like, unless you're going to try and, like, this guard will, like,
Yeah.
come on, move along, like, ushering you out
Okay,
of the
let's
streets.
leave. We should get
Yeah.
away from here anyway.
Stop trying to walk away.
You guys are just in this garden by yourself.
Echo's gone now.
Yeah. Maybe we should try and
Sure, that means trouble.
get an exit point of some kind, or at least try and get some.
So while those two are doing this, you guys are out on
We're
the
gonna have
street.
to walk around.
I don't. So we're out of like. I guess
You're kind of
we
like,
walk around the
the
corner.
plaza is public space, but you're kind of edged out of the alleyway that you were hiding in,
Yeah.
and like, come on, get on your business, and like, sets you on the road, and is watching where you're going. Like a policeman, like,
Yeah.
you can't stay here, mate, come on.
Yeah.
You
Okay,
know.
I guess now
we
that
go
we're
into
walking
the other
away.
side.
You can walk around.
Yeah, we just walk around.
Just loop right into
Yeah,
the
sure.
Like I don't know what it means.
Echo, good or bad?
Okay, one
Can't communicate. He's just,
Okay,
one beep for good, 2 beeps for bad. So they're good. They're fine.
how's Sentry? How's Lucius? How's Reed?
Do we have to get them out? I think that was a yes, because that's good, right? Like, good,
How's my
yes.
left eye?
is that the broken one?
Okay, okay,
That's a
brilliant.
good test. Good test.
Okay. Well, they're fine. They're fine.
Like a boot.
We just need to get them
One
out.
boop, good.
Two
boops.
boops bad.
Yeah.
We've
Well,
learned
I-
communicating with
training
Echo.
him.
Training him.
Do they need our help in getting out? Okay, so they need our help getting out. Oh, she's probably not invisible anymore. I mean, if I
What are we gonna do from right here?
If
I
I
got
can-
nothing. I got a hammer, dude. A hammer.
We distract the guards and get in.
if I can touch her, I can make her invisible. That doesn't help at all.
I mean, if you get, you can just walk up to the fence, like, and like, it depends. If it's just that you'll have to do it stealthily so that other people don't notice what you're doing, unless you want to get called out for being suspicious.
You made Sentry invisible, and when she touched Echo, Echo became invisible.
Yes.
So make Echo invisible.
The reason that she can make Echo,
when
so this,
you're- when
it's,
she fell
it's
into
because
acid.
it counts as an object when she has one person.
Oh.
Echo can't carry Sentry as an object.
No, I thought it was that anything contact with Sentry. That
It's
became
because Sentry counts as a carried object.
Can you
That
make
domino
you
effect.
invisible? And you can go in and do something else magical?
If we, I don't think getting more people knows
No.
the idea.
That's not very logical.
But if you were
We're all
invisible
inside
getting
now.
out,
So we'll just wait here until dawn.
that's an idea.
Okay, I'm
could
gonna
let-
cast.
I should point out, just as a thing, like Breeze would have reminded you, they're meeting Breeze at midnight. So you've got like an hour or 2 hours or something.
Are they within
They're
120
meeting Breeze at
feet?
the mausoleum at midnight.
At these,
No, the
they're into these
temple.
tunnels
Ah,
at midnight.
okay.
midnight, yeah.
Wherever they're doing this ritual.
How about we went out?
We don't know that though.
We could,
Like, how did we get in here? Kind of.
I can.
maybe.
If you guys have come up with, if you guys come up with a plan and you want to do it, tell me.
Be like,
I mean,
yeah,
I-
oh, we fell
Sentry's
asleep.
really
and
loud.
then-
I've been where they are.
Shut
Are they
inside.
within 120 feet?
They also
What's that?
120 feet.
Test.
If you go up to the very edge of the fence and luck out in that you're in the same area they are, yes.
I can make things levitate.
But you need to be like right up at the fence.
What was your plan?
Do you want to
Message.
just walk close to the fence, drop your bag, and oh no, we have to pick all this stuff up. Linger. Distract. I'm bad at this. I got hammer, dude. Hammer. That's it.
I could cast suggestion on a guard.
I don't think we want to meddle with people.
Shut up. Like, I can see you there like,
Echo, can you send messages?
That's bad.
That's bad.
I could cast suggestion on a guard and get the guard to bring him out.
What? And then arrest them.
No, just
But if
be
that
like.
doesn't work, you've just told the guard that they're both in there.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yep.
meanwhile.
Let's try and stealth out. I reckon we could do this.
We got in, right?
got
Yeah,
in.
exactly.
Okay.
Yes, we can get out.
So you can try and stealth your way out. Okay, so there's 2 checks, stealth checks, and then athletics checks to climb over the fence. So stealth checks first. So disadvantage for you, Rian, because you have heavy armor. 19.
11.
11, okay. And then athletics checks to climb the fence.
16?
16's enough. Lucius?
8.
Wherever we are,
So-
we see.
Well, let's find out.
Why are you climbing?
Katie, why don't you roll a
got these
d6 for me?
I haven't known.
I'll pick a number between 1 and 6. If you roll the same number I'm thinking of, that's the same region of the gardens that they're in.
5.
Oh, that's a shame.
My number
So-
changed.
No, it didn't change. So I'm not going to do that, Chris Trott.
I know.
So Sentry and Lucius, you begin sneaking your way through, and you quietly make your way through the gardens. Don't seem to alert anybody.
He's so
Make your way to a portion of the fence, and Sentry, you grab on. In fact, you both kind of leap up, grab onto the thing so you can haul yourself over. Sentry, as you land on the other side, you like clang the fence. A loud ding kind of erupts out.
We hear that.
Lucius, part of your like outfit gets caught, like all the tassels, the white tassels of the outfit are caught in the thing. You're like trying to get off of it.
I'm panicking.
As you're starting to pull him off, like he's clearly still half on the fence. 2 guards from a fence nearby gate point
Try not to tear
come
the
down. They're like,
clothing.
"Oi, you lot, what are you doing? Stay right there!" And they start advancing on you with kind of like
No,
half
there's
height.
He dropped his.
I dropped my belongings on the fence.
We're trying to get him off.
So I was trying to get it back.
How did you drop them on the fence? It's a 10-foot iron
We were
fence.
playing catch. 13.
No, none of this. Right, come on, get down from there. And like one of them's like, "You back off, Guardian."
I'm trying to help us.
And then the other one's like, he like looks up at you. He's like, "Oh, I've got to get him down."
How do I get down?
It's like,
I can
right.
carry on helping if you want me.
No,
to.
you stay right there. And then both of the guards now are like basically trying to get Lucius off, but
we
also
hear this or
manhandle
see
him.
this?
Quill hears it with his passive perception.
They're that way.
Like you can see that they're a little bit further, like they're quite a far ways down and around, but you hear Lucius like, and then,
Yeah, that's definitely
Echo,
Rufus.
echo. Boop, 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 boop.
So you begin making your way around. They eventually get Lucius down, but they are basically like putting your arm behind your back. They're like, right, you're coming with us to the local barracks. You as well, Guardian.
It's a misunderstanding, I swear.
We fell asleep.
What do you mean you fell asleep?
We fell.
No, that was our earlier idea.
Your earlier idea? What do you mean? Right, you come, and then
around the
at this point,
corner?
like you come around and see them being led away towards the barracks.
Say to Echo, fly into the guard. Not hard, but like,
He's not very
I
strong.
know. But I'm just gonna run after. So I'm gonna run after Echo and be like, "Oh no, my toy!
Okay, so Echo like
Watch out!"
and starts flying forward. The guy like looks at it curiously as it kind of. He doesn't really like crash
Yeah, I
into him. He
don't
just
want-
bumps
just, like,
into him.
yeah.
You then come sprawling afterwards.
And I'm just like gonna be like a big hot mess, like tripping up and like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, officer. I just lost control of my toy. I'm so sorry. I just
Right,
thought
oh, look, fine, get lost. We're dealing with something right now. And they're like, "Come on, you two."
Oh, hi.
Echo just starts hovering near Sentry now. He's,
It's the ball we were trying to throw on the
Oh,
fence.
the ball. Yeah, he's come back.
He's come back.
You found it.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you for finding the toy.
they were helping me."
they just like, they look at each other, shake their head. And they're like, "You're coming with us."
Where are we going?
To the barracks.
I'm innocent! Help!
I don't really know how we can do the thing.
I got I could suggest.
I know
could try-
2 of them.
Well,
Try.
I'll give you 5 minutes of a break to figure out what you're going to do. Because it's time for a break. Tom's dead.
Tom summed it up.
Help, Quill!
How?
Set yourself on fire!
We're going to take a 5-minute break and we'll be back in 5. So, see where this goes.
No, we're good.
Hello, welcome back to High Rollers. The party have just been arrested for trying to break into or out of the Mausoleum Gardens. They're not quite sure which. Lucius,
Can't handle how fun she's finding this.
Lucius and Sentry are both being ushered away by a pair of guards, pair of harvest guards, as Nova and Echo have just run to the corner and collided into them. Followed by Ayla and Quill behind despairingly.
Mummy and Daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, these guys are going to march you off to the Harvest Guard barracks for questioning and possibly fine, but you're not sure how long that'll take, so what do you want to do?
Look, I'm very, very witty, as you can see. I wouldn't possibly be having a need of doing anything untoward in the gardens. So how about we just make this easier on each other, you know? And just give you some of the good stuff. I mean gold. And we'll just separate our ways and we'll just...
Eli literally's like, Phil, do you hear this? I do hear that, Steve. I think that this man is trying to bribe 2 members of the Harvest Guard. That's a serious crime, Steve. I know it is, Phil. I mean, it would need to be a rather large sum, I think, for us to forego our godly vows. I agree.
Steve, Phil, you seem like very reasonable men.
You do.
Yes.
We are.
Agrees. Sentry can see through souls.
I can. These souls, they look very good.
Yeah, tasty. But what sum would you mean? I'd be very respectful sum, I assume.
We think for a second. They line you up. They actually look at like Sentry's battle axe. There's no sign of blood. Don't imagine they were up to anything too bad in there. What are you trying to get in there for anyway? You and a guardian?
I was trying to get a lovely flower for my high elven wife.
He's got quite a crush on her.
But they only grow in the gardens.
Exactly.
At night.
They're beautiful. And
then die in the morning.
They like whisper saying to each other like, probably. Okay. Tell you what, the fine would probably be 15 gold. So you can pay...
Can't afford that. That's going to be all my savings for my...
Money.
Should be breaking into the guards then, should you?
Can I thaumaturgy the sound of the fence rattling 30 feet behind them?
The rat like a something hitting against it, like a dong.
Yeah.
Yeah? I mean, they'll glance over.
Okay.
Huh? Is there any more of you in there?
No.
Can I thaumaturgy like someone rustling through the leaves now?
One was like, shit. You lying, and now you're grumbles. He's like, right, all right, Phil, stay here with him. All right. One of them trots over towards the fence. You can see him trying to peer through.
We'll give you 12 gold right now. You don't have to share it with Steve.
Steve, my best mate.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I can share everything with him. We've been Harvest Guards together since we were kids.
20 gold.
No, it can be 30 gold now. So 15 for the end, Steve.
God, I'm so bad at this. I've never been arrested before.
Look, 15 gold each. Let it slide.
Could I thaumaturgy to make sound like the guy that's at the fence now looking through?
Thaumaturgy is not minor illusion. It can't replicate voices. You can make vague sounds with it.
All right.
Or you can boost your own voice, but you can't
do that.
Yeah, you can't. It's not minor illusion. Minor illusion you can create.
I can apparently do ominous whispers.
You can do ominous whispers, but they are not discernible as an individual's voice.
So could I have a
Generic
whisper
whispering
that's
voice.
just not even like a whisper it's just a whisper, but it's someone saying like, "Hey, come here" or something like that.
I mean, yeah, but yeah, you can do that.
It's from where the guy's looking through the fence is right now.
What's your spell saving throw?
It's this is Bard, so 12.
He's like, huh? He's like, whatever. He's like, did you say something, Steve? I didn't say anything, Phil.
Damn it.
Let's
two of them.
Okay, and then we'll get on our way.
The honest Harvest Guard, Stephen. Is it Stephen? Or was it just Steve?
I never asked. He's always just Steve.
Is it? You never asked your... Never mind.
What he says. What he introduced himself as. Why should I?
Oh, you're Phil. Sorry.
Phil.
My apologies. You two look very similar. You're related.
People have said that about us, yes. We're just friends.
Nice.
Are there any windows or doors within 30 feet of me?
In 30 feet? No. You'd have to go onto the other side of the street because you're right by the fence side. It's about 60 feet.
I mean, we're in the gardens.
No.
Can I just be counting out 30 gold while all this?
It's okay.
Yeah. Sounds like Sentry's got it.
Okay.
Sentry pulled out like some coins.
Is mine?
But-
Yeah.
Boo.
45 in total.
All right. Consider it fine, paid, and written up.
It is yours.
But if we find out that anything else is going on in there, I'm going to come looking for you.
What, like a cult of fire worshippers?
It's like,
Look, it's
now I need to. I'm going to determine randomly
Why?
if Steve or Phil are members of the Ashbringers.
What?
Oh my god!
Because this is like a very, like, you can't just go around throwing that out because this town, there is a
don't
lot
put us
of
into
people
combat
that.
right now.
This is a split
So when
town.
you say Ashbringers, you mean
Like,
Palador?
Well, yeah, like Palador, but
Okay.
the part of Palador that is very, like, anti-foreigner and stuff like that.
Oh shit!
You're fine.
Look, it's been a very difficult day for us.
Oh no, my ball is getting away! Help!
He just looks, he's like, you need to be careful who you say that stuff to.
know.
I don't like what they're up to. Though. There's a lot of people here that see eye to eye with those sorts of people.
Terrifying.
He just
All right.
nods. He's like, right, go on, off you go.
Thanks,
Thank you, officer.
Phil.
Thank you.
Thank you, Phil.
Nods.
Say
Steve,
Hi, say hi to Steve.
did you see something over there? He's like, I swear I could hear rustling around here, but I can't see anything.
Gonna breeze.
It's been too long, mate. We need to get off shift.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Bye, have a beer and some sleep. Bye.
See when you guys have left.
Yeah.
They don't cheerily wave goodbye. They're like, fucking leave. We don't want anyone to know that you bribed us. Like, go on.
Good.
Well,
Great.
We did it.
How was it?
Okay. I'm gonna be honest. I am a little bit pessimistic about the whole thing. I mean, it sounds fantastic, but it's one of those it sounds too good to be true situations.
Right.
And I'm just a bit wary.
are you being brookestoned?
I don't know. I don't think
But that's
so.
how we might be, because we didn't know with Brookstone, and he was. We didn't know with the
Exactly.
Amethyst, and she is.
Yeah,
We don't know that
exactly.
yet.
So I understand.
Yet.
Yeah. So he's performing a ritual in about an hour from now, just outside the north gates on Tracker. So he said that I can come and be a part of it, but the ritual uses a magic energy of some sort. It harvests magic energy to add lifespan to Guardian's matrixes. So Breeze has been alive for 50 years, which is more than double my own lifespan, and
it
amazing.
works,
It works. I think.
According to him.
According to him, it
Can you
works.
tell his age?
Not really. No, he just looks like another.
So he just said it.
Guardian. He just said it, and I'm not exact. This is why I said it's one of those too good to be true things.
We'd love for it to be true.
I would.
Has he done this on other Guardians?
He said he has, and he said that it works.
So where are they? Why haven't we heard of other Guardians living 50 years?
He doesn't like. He doesn't like people that aren't guardians either. He's had bad experiences with non-guardians.
And keep in mind that until you came to Kelly's Rest, most of you had never met a Guardian. They're very rare. It's not common for you to meet them in the first place. And if you see one at a distance, there's no way of aging them. It's not like a human who you can physically say, oh, they look about blah, blah, blah.
Damn, girl, you old.
Yeah.
So he takes a lot of magic and he
Yes.
puts it in your matrix.
Yes.
And that extends your life.
Yes.
So your matrix magic.
Yes, it's a concentrate form of magic.
Can I just acid splash you and do the same job?
It's probably some form of spell that converts the energy from your magic or whatever magic into magic that is compatible with Sentry's matrix.
But then
The Matrix is compatible with the Matrix while he's murdering Guardians and taking their life for his own life. I'm just being really, really, really negative at this point, but I'm just saying.
Stoned.
I'm just saying.
this is
Brookstone.
why I needed to talk to you guys about it, because I know you guys have very good observations about these kinds of things.
Well, this isn't a one time or nothing deal, is it? How about you go and observe how it works on Tracker? And if it's successful, then go ahead with it.
I'm worried about Sentry.
Exactly like what Ayla said, what if I go to observe and either he, I don't know, absorbs Tracker's magic to extend my life, or take my magic to extend Tracker's life, or he maybe has some other like means of taking it. Like, what if he's a really bad person and we don't know?
And he kills all the other Guardians.
I'm sure he's
That was
not.
one option. I mean, I'm not saying that's true, but
Now I'm worrying about
well, I don't really like the idea of sending Sentry on her own to some ritual that we don't know what's
I don't
happening.
like that he doesn't like anyone else being there.
that. Yeah, why doesn't he like non-Guardians?
Because he, according to him, non-Guardians have hunted Guardians before and taken parts and killed many of them.
Well, he's had a traumatic past then.
Yeah.
That's
It's
fair enough.
understandable. I mean, we've had our fair share of unfavourable opinions.
Most people hate me. It's fine.
Look at the
hate you.
Ashbringers.
We don't hate
They don't like others.
You don't. Yet.
And the Ashbringers have a very similar opinion about.
Where does he get this magic from? Is it a specific kind of magic?
Did he say where he got it?
No, he said he learned it from. Or someone taught it to him, a mentor.
But did he say where he takes magic from?
He said
Put
he
it
can take
in.
it from different forms, from cities, from magical items. What if he can take it from magical people? What if he takes magical?
I mean, Lucius was able to connect with an echo before. He was able to connect to you at one point.
Yes, not all of them,
No.
just certain few.
This is why I'm worried. What if he performs the ritual and suddenly somebody dies or something because their magic's been taken, or
This is going to go ahead right anyway.
yeah.
So
yes.
how about you turn up, but you don't get seen. You forget to turn up, but we observe.
from a distance.
Yes.
Scout's going to be with him.
Yes.
Tracker's going. Some of the other Guardians will be with him. There's going to be multiple Guardians there regardless.
But if they all get, absorbed, they
well,
all
that's
become.
what I mean.
And then there goes Tracker's purpose. So even if Tracker's life is extended, then and his family are gone, then
How long have they known Breeze?
I can't remember. I don't know. A little while.
They said he's been passing through quite a bit.
Yeah, but they don't have a particularly strong opinion of him.
But if he's been trying to gain their trust this whole time to do this,
Maybe it's
a lot of effort.
But it hasn't worked on Tracker,
Yeah.
if he is trying to gain their trust.
But now we're at the point where Tracker can't make decisions for himself, so his family have done it for him. So he doesn't have to fight it anymore, he can do it now.
Where is he planning on absorbing the magic from for this ritual?
I don't know.
There's a lot of unanswered questions. The only questions can be answered by going and seeing for ourselves, not being a part of it. But we put the other Guardians at risk.
Maybe I could go invisible and see and...
What if there's that magic? What if it's all just the magic in an area?
Like Lucius talks himself out of things. Like we're like, we should do this, but what if this? It's just very funny. I find it very funny.
Well, I can leave Echo with you guys again and go and observe. And
I
if
can
something
send
happens
Night
to me, Echo can let you guys know something's gone wrong.
We can jump in if needed.
Could you vouch for one of us to accompany you?
I'd try.
If he truly cares about you, then he would respect your wishes.
Then it would mean putting.
Well, in that
One of
case,
your
it should be
bits.
me because I got no magic.
But it's more that I'm curious to see this ritual.
Yes, but you have a lot of magic.
You
You have
also
a,
have
you have
Tiangong.
dagger.
Tiangong.
That- Yeah.
If he's going to draw magic from anywhere, it would be an Eterna.
True.
Same as Night Frost.
They've got Starbane 2.
Breezes?
Hmm?
Breezes Starbane too?
Just one Tiangong away.
It seems like a bit of a leap. I mean,
But what if?
true.
All of these theories are a bit of a leap because he's withholding a lot of information right now.
We're running out of time. It's an hour away. How far is this place?
It's just on the North Gate.
Okay. Well, we don't get anywhere by not doing anything and talking about it. Let's do something.
Let's go. Let's Let's see.
Okay. Well, an hour will count as a short rest because you're just walking. So you can have a short rest if you desperately need. If you gain anything back, I know Kim does. Primarily, you'll get your spell slot back for invisibility. Okay. So you're gonna head towards the north gate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It doesn't take you long to make your way along North Street, and you journey about an hour outside of the North Gate, following the Golden Road leads to Gold Throne. There are a few late night merchants coming and going, but at midnight, most of it has faded away. Guards check you as you leave, kind of keep an eye on you. But soon that falls away, and the city begins to kind of fade into the background as you see the countryside riding out before you. The sky is perfectly clear, there are no clouds. You see the multicolored hue of the cradle, this barrier that protects Aerois overhead, and the twinkling of the many, many stars beyond it, all getting their bright luminosity down, casting the world in a shades of black, grey, and silver. An hour outside of town, you find the ruins Breeze mentioned. Crumbled old ruin, perhaps maybe a watchtower or keep. You find Scout and Cop and Chipper carrying conscious but somewhat fatigued and confused Tracker. Scout's holding up his arm just as he can from his smaller position. Chip kind of has an arm, underneath Tracker, so he's kind of carrying him. And Scout is pulling up what appears to be a trapdoor, built into the earth, like a hidden trapdoor. He pulls it up. He looks over. He's like, "Oh, you guys made it! Did you speak with Breeze?"
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Great. We're gonna go meet him now. It's Chipper and I are gonna take him down there. He's kind of with it, but you can tell he's drained. We've never seen him like this before. You can see that he's like looking around, but Tracker just seems almost like asleep or half asleep. But
Has he been like this all day?
yeah, he woke up and he didn't remember the stuff that we saw. He just says that it's like everything's dark or he's underwater or something. He can't really see good or hear good.
Okay.
We're worried that maybe this is kind of the last few stitches. Yeah.
How long have you known Breeze?
A few months maybe. He would come by every now and then, sit with us, talk with us. Yeah.
Okay. And has he recently gained any magical items that you know of?
I don't think so, no. We've seen it with his staff before.
Okay.
I don't know if that's it, but yeah, he told us that there is some sort of magic transfer or something. I didn't really understand it though. I don't know much about magic. Are you sure it's okay for you guys to be here? I mean, I know he doesn't like on Guardians, so.
We're going to head back and
All
stay
right.
hidden.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm sure if you guys stay here or something, or yeah, but you're gonna come Sentry, right?
I've been invited to come and have a look.
Oh, that's great. That's great. We'd like to have you there. So. Okay.
Be really, really, really careful.
I will. Quill,
Sure, it's gonna be fine, Lucius.
would you be able to use detect magic while the ritual's going on?
I can use it, but I'll be out here.
Would that
How
give you...
far into this tunnel is it? Did he say
I
it
don't
was
know. Do you know
while
where we're
underground? Do you know?
I think it leads back into the city, and it goes underneath the temple of Kilara, the goddess of death. It's an old crypt, he said. They used to use it for preparing like the bodies of the royal family and stuff.
It's a
That's
quite a way.
a fair distance to be away from us. We can't
We'd
help
have to go.
or observe.
How far is your detect magic?
From what I can see, it's
There has to be a way that you could vouch for one of us.
Yeah.
I'm sure if it's one of you guys, I mean, I'll vouch for you too.
Are there any other temple entrances to that particular crypt in the city?
I
Or is
don't
this the only
know.
way in?
I mean, maybe I guess through the temple itself.
Seems like traveling an hour outside the city to travel an hour back inside the city. It's a bit suspicious. It's a bit odd.
I figured that it was just because I think maybe like you'd have to go through the temple itself. I know Breeze doesn't like non-guardians, so this way seems probably quiet.
Have you seen this ritual before?
Nope.
We could go
Told
to
us
the
about
temple and find our way that way.
Could I come with you, Sentry? If you two were to vouch for me, I promise I won't interfere. I just want to observe.
At the very
I
least,
don't mind.
go with them.
I'll keep an eye on you. If anything happens, if anything starts happening that is unusual, then I'm here to help you as well. Or we'll get out if there's something going on that
I don't think anything that strange is going to happen.
we've just had some unfortunate situations in the past. We can't help and be a little bit.
No, that's okay. Yeah, it makes sense to be. It makes sense to be wary, but
What if we just
one I
follow-
can tell, Breeze really cares about Guardians. So I don't think he's going to hurt any of us or Tracker.
I mean, I'm not going to interfere or anything. I'm here
No,
for
I
you,
know.
Sentry. I just want to see what the ritual is and see if I recognize it or
Sure. Yeah.
how it happens.
Would you be okay with leaving Tiangong in our care while you go in?
Unfortunately, I don't think I could do any magic or anything.
What if it accidentally gets caught up in the whole magical transference?
Could we not just follow behind in this tunnel at distance?
We could.
I'm worried we.
Not. I
I'm
mean,
worried we won't find an
I
end.
think just as long as you don't spook Breeze, you know, just hang back.
All right, we'll hang back in the tunnels.
Okay.
I kind of get it. You know, sometimes we've been, you know, people aren't always nice to us, and from the stuff he's told us, I mean, a bunch of non-Guardians almost killed him a couple of times, used him for sport and stuff. So, yeah, I kind of understand it a little bit, but I'm sure if you just stay out, you know, don't just stay hidden, you know.
Okay, we'll stealth on behind, just like the gardens.
Yeah, sure. Hey, Chip, are you okay with Tracker? He's like, yeah, I got him. It's fine. Tracker's like, well, where are we? Are you gonna see that Breeze guy? Yeah, that's right, Tracker. We're gonna see him. I don't know. It's like we're just gonna talk to him, okay? We don't have to do anything if you don't like it. All right. It's kind of hard to see though. And you just hear him sort of muttering to himself. You descend down into the tunnels. They are very smooth. Probably not carved by hand, but carved by magic. Perfectly smooth, and the stone and earth that it cuts through, there are veins of twinkling crystal. It's almost like stars themselves. Every 50 feet or so, carved into the tunnel is an archway. And on the archway, there are symbols and pictograms that show the journey of death, being led by Kalara into the afterlife. A small lantern hangs from each one with a magical light softly glowing inside that casts the tunnel into a silvery light as you begin making your way down. As the tunnel begins to close closer, you can see up ahead that there is a larger, more yellow, fiery-like light, maybe about 200 feet or so further away. The tunnel, it takes you about, another hour to kind of make your way through this tunnel back towards the city. You begin to see carved reliefs of a hooded woman wearing breastplate with a mantle of flowers carrying a lantern carved into the sides of the corridors and things like that. At what point do you guys stop following Sentry and Nova?
Do we stop following Sentry and Nova?
Yeah, because you said that you wanted to hang back.
Well, could I, in Journey, be ritual casting detect magic as well?
Sure.
10
minutes.
So I guess by the time we're there, it's last 10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, but it's only what's within visual range, right?
30 feet of me.
Just within 30 feet, you get a sense of any magic.
Yeah.
By the same token, could I cast ritual cast identify?
Identify is
Not
on a
just
specific
to,
thing.
But
You'd have to have an object. Or,
right, so I can't cast it and touch something.
No, I think it's cast it then and there
I have
on the
to have
thing.
it there, yeah.
I believe so. You can't hold spells. the cross casting it, because it's ritual casting, he just activates, he looks around, he's like, okay, and I believe it lasts like a minute.
Bad vision.
I think last 10.
10 minutes, so he's just then walking the rest of the 10 minutes with it. Yeah, you can absolutely do that. You get very faint pings off each lantern. There's a very tiny amount of light, the magical light. It's not like a natural flame, it appears to be an actual magical light from the lanterns themselves. But yeah, so you want to get within about 30 feet of where you can see the tunnel kind of ends and begins to open up into this crypt.
Yeah, so I suppose I can see Sentry with the detect magic and tracker and scout.
You would see the usual, like you'd see Nova's.
Yeah.
students.
Yeah.
Can I, before we split
Say
up?
that when you do look, Tracker's matrix is dimmer. But much dimmer than sentries and the others.
Yeah. So at least drain magic.
Before we split up, can I turn to Quill and say, I trust you with this. If anything happens,
Okay.
give them back to me. If anything happens to me, the next piece of Tiangong, I think, is north of Gold Throne.
I can't take Tiangong from
And
you.
I'll hold out Tiangong. It's just for now.
I mean,
It's
me?
just for now. If this whole thing requires magic, I can't risk that for Tiangong.
Okay, I mean, it makes
Hopefully
sense.
this is just a precaution.
Sure.
Hopefully this is nothing, but Lucius was right.
Well, we can rush in and hopefully you'll catch.
Yeah, definitely really good at sports.
Good. Okay.
Are you sure you don't want me to go in? I don't have anything.
If you don't have anything though,
I got a hammer.
I just wonder if it's worth giving to another magic user or... Put it this
It's
way,
up to you.
if something happens, we need you coming and whacking.
Yeah,
Quill can come in to give me Tiangong.
yeah, I'm really
Okay.
good at weaseling
Okay.
my way through.
I'm assuming you have this conversation quite quietly.
Yeah.
with yourself. That's fine.
So I'll just give you Tiangong.
So,
Okay.
you're holding on to Tiangong.
Here's my magic dagger.
Like holding
know
it at
it's
a
not.
distance as well.
So normally, Kim, there's no
Hey, yo.
restrictions when casting magic, even if you're parted from your hexblade weapon. But because we've made a special thing with Tiangong, you can cast cantrips without him as long as he's within a certain distance. But any of your other big spells, I think you have to hold
Yeah.
him, just because
That's a
the way
hexblade.
it's not how class works. But I think for our story that
I
we're building
feel
with
like,
your
yeah.
character. Because she didn't have magic before she
No.
got him, it makes sense that she needs him there
Yeah.
to fuel her spells. It's kind of like your arcane focus kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's same for like Lucius, he loses arcane
got
focus
anything
kind of
else?
stuff.
No.
Nothing.
I have a crossbow.
Okay.
And if I'm still able to do my cantrips, I've got good old Eldritch Blast.
You got a crossbow. That's good enough until we can get Tiangong back.
Okay.
I'm going to try and keep Night Frost in your mind at 8 points, so...
Oh, okay.
Yep, that's the thing.
Okay.
Feel free to talk as if I'm next to you, or
So-
we're next to you.
I just look up and I go, Hi Night Frost, in my head. Hi Night Frost.
Yeah, as long as he's within range, communicate telepathic. I think you have to speak out loud for him to hear though.
Oh.
I think Lucius is the only one that can hear him in the mind.
Just kind of whisper.
Hi Night Frost.
Hello, Lady Nova.
Night Frost, just keep us connected.
I will try my best.
Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, I think we're going to say about 100 feet range for Night Frost's telepathy. So if you're within 100 feet of you, you can communicate with others. He can speak to them and stuff. But the other people have to speak out loud. He communicates to them telepathically. Okay.
I also
okay.
have a boar dagger.
So, Sentry, you're going to go first, and you're with Tracker, Chipper, and Scout, and then Nova, you're going to go in with them. Okay. Do you want to have Nova come in behind you or next to you?
She'll come next to me.
Okay. So, the two of you make your way into the actual main crypt. You can see that the crypt beneath the Temple of Kalara must primarily be used for the preparation of bodies before they are burnt or before they're buried. There is a large stone platform in the middle of 4 columns. Statues of Kalara herself gaze at it from 3 alcoves on each side. At the front of the chamber, you can see that there are carvings and reliefs that depict the journey of death, and ultimately with Kalara, a mirror of Kalara lifting a body up beyond the cradle into the afterlife. Sat on the main slab in between these 4 columns, you see Breeze, who looks up, and you can see before him there is a big cloth covering some sort of object underneath it. He looks up and he sees Nova. He's like, Sentry, you didn't tell me that you would be bringing the non-guardian here.
I know. I'm sorry, but this is my friend Nova. She's she's kindest, most gentle person I know. She just wants to observe the ritual. She's just really interested, and she won't do anything to hurt anyone. Is it okay if she watches?
He kind of sighs and he looks at Nova.
I promise I won't interfere. I'm here as an observer and as support to Sentry.
I understand. Nova, was it?
Yeah.
You must understand. You've come to care for Sentry,
Yes.
and you know Guardian's lifespan is limited.
Yes.
We are hunted in certain parts of Aerois, and we are treated very poorly. I myself have suffered at the hands of non-Guardians. This ritual allows us to extend our life. That can make us immortal. That means that we do not age, that we can only be killed through violence. There are many non-Guardians who fear this. God-fearing, the ones that worship gods find it abhorrent, the ones that are envious, that wish to have their own immortality. I must ask you to keep what you see here secret. This is a ritual for Guardians. If Sentry trusts you, and you care for Sentry and her well-being, and Tracker and Scout, and Chipper and myself, and any other Guardian in Aerois, you must understand what this ritual is and what it is for. Without it, 15 years is all we get. We do not die, there is no afterlife for us. We simply cease. There is endless darkness. We lose who we are. Do you understand?
I do. I promise with every fiber of my being that I will keep a respect for what you allow me to see today, and I will protect Sentry, and I would never let Guardians, Sentry, or anyone else in this room be hunted for something so callous. And I promise, if you could honor me today to let me watch, I will keep this secret. I'll keep it safe.
Very well. Very well. Come forward. Lay Tracker down here on the ritual. And Chipper and Scout bring him over, and Scout's like, "What's this?" And he points at the clock. "This is going to be our source of magic, Scout." Set Tracker down. And Tracker kind of sits down. He looks at Tracker. "Tracker, this is Breeze. Do you remember me?" "Yeah, sort of." "Have you thought about the offer? Do you wish to end here, Tracker? You are nearing the end now, you know that, yes?" "Yeah." "Do you wish to continue? Do you wish for your journey, for your purpose, to stop here?" Tracker looks. He looks at Scout. He looks at Chipper. "No." "All right. Then I can extend your life. Is that what you want?" "Yes." "Okay then. All right." He stands up. He puts his staff in front of him on the ground, slams it, and a ritual circle, a kind of carved circle, glows in a dark red color. See that whatever is under the cloth twitters for a second.
Can I have a look under the cloth?
So it's like holds a hand out. It's like Breeze reaches down, pulls it back, and you see bound is a human man, maybe about mid-20s, alive. His eyes darting around, but his body seems rigid. You can see he's wearing a pretty simple-looking tunic, but you recognize the base layers, because the last time you saw these clothes, they were under the armor of the zealots, the Ashbringers that came to the Temple of Hesper. And you see emblazoned on his arm a tattoo of the closed fist that they all had as a holy symbol. Breeze points down. He looks at Nova, trying to gauge a reaction, and then he points down. "This man is called Wilden Baker. He is from Cayley's Rest. He's a sorcerer. He has some magical potential. I caught him about to attack a young centaur whilst her home was being vandalized. It was an ambush he had planned to draw her out of her home. Then he intended to kill her with his magic in service of this god that they follow. I've since learned that he has been involved in threats, beatings, and other atrocities throughout the city. His magical power is being wasted, but through it, he he can give Tracker another 20, 25 years of life. A guardian who has done a service to the city, who has helped the people, defended it from monsters, slayed them, provided business. He looks up and he looks at the guardians. This ritual would kill this man, but it will add life to Tracker. And he looks. That is the cost. It is not a nice cost, but it is the cost. And you can see the human man is terrified. You can see his trousers are soiled, he's wet. He just looks scared.
I think Nova looks openly shocked. Like, there's no hiding it. She's shocked. But I think in her head, she doesn't know what to say because she made a promise to Sentry and to Breeze to not interfere, but at the same time, it's like...
You see you can see Scout and Jipper looking down at him. They're looking at this man. And they're not looking at you or Sentry. They're just looking at this figure, and then they look up at Breeze. And they look at Tracker. And you can see that they're conflicted too.
Oh, this is a terrible cost, but it's hard to look
There is nothing to weigh in my mind. This man has caused nothing but pain and suffering. He does not deserve the years he has been given. Why should this organic man have these years of cruelty when one of us, one of our kind, must end because we have lost the means to replenish ourselves? No, this is a fair trade. This is beyond fair. This is right, what I do here.
But he has a lifetime to...
Breeze slams the staff, and the circle begins to glow, and the man starts wincing. You can see the veins beginning to sort of pulse and bulge. And Scout is like, I don't know. I don't know about this. And you can see Scout kind of puts his hands up to his little head, his little eyes, his extra eyes kind of blinking, and he doesn't seem to know what to do.
I'm gonna grab Sentry's hand and just be like...
Quill, you'll detect magic if you're just outside, back.
Yeah.
Very edges of it. Very strong necromantic presence.
Necromantic, cool.
Necromancy.
And,
very strong necromancy.
I don't suppose I
magic
can
is
hear
taking
any of
place.
this.
Echoing, it's muffled and distorted. You can vaguely hear it.
Tiangong, do you have a connection with Nova?
You have no response to it.
Night Frost?
Tiangong?
Night Frost here?
Night Frost is within 100 feet.
Can you check in on Nova, please, and Sentry?
Mr. Lady Nova, what is happening? The others wish to know.
I'll look at Sentry.
He watches, his eyes are beginning to bulge.
Can we... Breeze, stop!
He looks.
Please.
I knew, he just shakes his head. He's like, I knew that this would be the case. You should not have brought the non-guardian here, Sentry. She's clouding what you think is right.
No,
You're seeing too much of your friends in this villain.
No, he's
saying
not...
anything about the human sacrifice.
I know.
No, but I'll say it out loud.
Oh, you say that out loud?
I'm not saying anything about the human sacrifice.
Sacrifice is the nature of life.
I guess.
Yeah. So Night Frost is then like, Lady Nova has just claimed that there is human sacrifice taking place.
Is it?
We're going in there, right?
Are we?
Are we not?
Ask Night Frost if Nova
The
wants
man's
us.
skin begins to turn ashen grey, and you can see the veins pulsing. But Tracker is, you begin to see this kind of swelling of power, this red glow in his matrix.
Can I
A
try...
heartbeat.
Can I try to interrupt it in any way?
Okay, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? How do you try and do it?
Can I
You can drag
take
the
the man
body.
off the table?
Okay, give me a strength check as you reach down to just throw this man out the way.
Oh shit.
Great.
No.
I saw you out of my eye. I'm like, just loving this.
13.
13, enough. You pull him out. Let's say you're going to take half the damage that he would have taken. So you take 4 necrotic damage.
Nice.
As you reach down, these tendrils of red lightning lash up from the circle, gripping your arms. You grab him as you pull him free, but the lightning arcs up and you feel it deep in your life force. Breeze like, Sentry, what are you doing? You throw the body to the side and the man is just like, he gets thrown to the side and Tracker just, and his eyes go dark again. A Matrix, the fading, he's like, I never should have allowed you to come here. Would you like to see where you guys are?
Yeah.
Okay. I pre-prepared battle map. My favourite.
Oh boy.
It doesn't have to be a fight.
I'm sorry I didn't have time to paint
put it a
the
bit more
columns. Yeah, I will do.
Yeah.
I didn't have time to paint the columns.
That's okay.
It doesn't have to be.
You know,
a fight.
I'm not saying it is a
this.
fight. I'm not saying it is a fight. But let's just put stuff down, shall we?
Come on, Sentry, we can use diplomacy.
So, Sentry, if you want to put yourself on this here,
I'm stood next to Sentry, so wherever Sentry is.
not really got any miniatures for Scout and so these guys will be Scout and Chipper,
So you said that
and the rest of you put yourself out here.
Tracker's. I know I'm not there, but Tracker's essence. He like dimmed again. So does that
Yes.
mean the guy who was on the table is now back to full health? Or
No.
No.
You can see he is very bad. Well, these guys can see that he is very
all that's
badly.
happened is he's been drained, but it hasn't transferred.
Rich wasn't
It was starting to, and it just didn't complete, yeah. So, at this point, Breeze shakes his head. It's like, I never should have allowed you to be here. Through disrupting the ritual, you've killed one of our own. You've killed Tracker. You can see that Tracker is just stone. I cannot finish this now. The transfer only works one time.
I'm sorry, it goes against everything that I've been told to do. My entire purpose is to protect. I can't watch harm come to another person like this. I can't. I'm so sorry. Death is natural. It's one of those natural things. It happens to everybody.
No, not to us. It was never meant to happen to us. We could have lived forever. We can live forever, Sentry.
Why would we want? Why should we live forever when
'Cause-
everybody else has to die?
Because we are better than they are.
we're just
Because
the
we are
same.
greater. We have much more potential than they do.
There it is.
We can be so much more than
There
this.
it is.
And he gestures down to the man.
There's
It
nothing-
is cruel and twisted. They do not deserve this place. They do not deserve any of this.
And what gives you the right to say you deserve to take what he has? He's got a whole lifetime to learn and to change and to become a better person.
Change. These non-guardians cannot change. They are dominated by their greed and everything else. You want to say something?
She doesn't. She's just hiding her hood right now.
I think that's not Nova would legit be doing.
like-
She would have just like, she doesn't know what
Podcast
to
listeners,
do.
Kim's just hiding within her hood, not knowing what to say.
He just snaps his eyes up and he just is like, no, my master was right. There are too many of you who are too weak-willed to do what needs to be done.
You can't go taking people's lives. You're not. It's up to you to say who deserves to live and to die. It's not right, Breeze. I would living forever. It would be an amazing gift, but why do that at such a cost? Why?
The cost? He looks down at the man. Negligible. Just turns, he's like, I'm sorry. You've been a great addition to my master's cause, Sentry. But now that you've seen this, I can't let you leave.
I don't.
And then he brings the staff, and from behind the 3 columns, the 3 statues, 3 small echoes. Each echo pulsing with magical power
We can get the
appears.
mat cam up.
If we can't, it's okay, but yeah, if we can. I'd prefer the side one, potentially. And with that, let's roll some initiative.
Oh, piss balls.
My hands are so sweaty.
Oh, that's a good initiative. Wow, well done.
Oh my god.
I
Bad
rolled
one.
a 2.
I don't like this.
I don't like to see.
I don't want him to die. I don't want Breeze to kill. I don't want Breeze to be mad, bro.
Damn you, Tony Stark.
Sentry.
Why
14.
can't people just be
Lucius.
nice?
I got 7.
Nova.
5. Don't worry, don't
Quill.
worry.
14.
6.
6. Perfect. So it looks like Scout is just cradling Tracker. You're not quite sure if he's going to be much use in this fight, or he's going to need to be snapped out of it if nothing else. He's like holding, like talking to him. And Chipper doesn't even know what he's just like. He's not a combat model. You can tell that he's not a Guardian designed for combat. So at the top of the round, these 3 echoes, Nova and Sentry. From these echoes, from their central eye, beams, 2 beams each. So 6 beams. So let's do 2 against Nova. So that is that one and a. I just do the same one again? I guess so. And then Sentry, it's one of those and one of those. So let's do these in order and then I'll do the next one. So Kim, can you make 2 wisdom saving throws, please?
18 on the first one.
First one.
Wow.
That's gone forever.
7 on the second one.
Okay, so on the second one, the same 2 kind of purple beams hit you by this echo, and you just feel this intense fear wash over you, and you need to get away from it as quickly as possible. You're currently frightened.
I mean, it didn't even really need
Sentry,
to make me
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me, and then a wisdom saving throw, please.
10 for Dex.
Okay.
19, 20, 23 for the Wisdom.
Okay, so the wisdom pass, but the first one, this beam of frost, kind of erupts out of the echo. You take 6 points of cold damage, and you feel it try to daze your mind, but it doesn't take place. And then the third echo will do 1 beam at you each, 1 against Nova, and then 1 against you. So Nova, can you make a dex saving throw for me, please? And can you make a strength saving throw for me, please, Sentry?
Natural 20 plus 3.
Natural 20, so I need to roll
13.
13, that's enough. You feel this beam try and like take telekinetic hold and try and throw you against the wall, but you manage to dig your heels in and like press against this telekinetic force as these beams are all around you. After there go Quill or Sentry. So
Sentry.
Sentry.
She's in the room. So.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. I'm gonna raise up my shield, and I think I'm just gonna ready an action. That if Breeze tries to attack me, I'll use my battle axe.
Okay, so you're hitting back if he tries to attack you.
Yeah.
Okay, Quill.
So I can hear.
Yes. Yeah, and you said you were about 30 feet down the tunnel, so.
Okay.
I don't hear that.
I'm like gonna.
So basically, imagine the edge of this, the edge of the map. That's where you can get to on your.
can
If
get
you
to
move, you can move to the very edge. So
I
yeah,
see.
like there.
Chance we can get map cam? Possibly,
Kind of thing.
TJ?
All battle
He's
music.
probably working with it.
With 3/4. Thanks,
Yeah,
man.
thanks.
Okay, so I can see from here. Not much, to be honest.
Well, so Scout is technically like cradling Tracker over here, and Chipper is kind of like, don't know what's going on.
Okay, I can.
But you
see-
would, yeah, I'd say like, because don't forget, this all happened in the same 6 seconds. So you round the corners, these beams from these corrupted echoes, like striking your friends.
Oh.
And you can see Sentry bringing up shield and axe.
I don't think I've got line on any of the things.
I'm probably just crouching in terror, crying.
You can see this one. You can see this
Yeah.
echo here. This one you can't. Kind of hovering about there.
That matters anyway. I've got like 1 spell slot. I will, in that case, do a Sacred Flame, 60 feet. Yeah, Sacred Flame on this.
This one there, and Safe Flame is a dex saving throw.
Yes.
What's the DC?
13.
13. It failed, and you got an 11.
Cool, I do 8 damage.
8 damage.
With D8.
So we'll do A, B, and C
melt
for
it.
the echoes. So the Sacred Flame engulfs the echo, and you can see it sizzles, and the gemstone begins to crack, but it's still, and then it turns down on you. And Breeze just looks up. He's like, I thought you might bring more.
Oh, you're prepared for that.
Lucius.
I'm going to move up next to Quill and cast Acid Splash on the same echo.
Okay.
So that is a straight up pow. 18 plus 5,
It's a hit.
23. And then I'll do a d6, which is a 5. I've only got cantrips.
Yeah, that's actually enough to destroy that echo. The acid melts it away. They're echoes, they're not very strong. The acid melts it away completely, and it just... and you see Breeze just kind of wince a little bit, and he looks over. He's just like, ah, yes, the priest and the sorcerer. I watched their match earlier.
We're spent.
Why would you say that?
He looks and he's like, I know.
Okay, so I have slightly more movement.
Yes.
So I'll just about here, but I'm gonna just dash
You want to sacrifice
use
me.
your action.
to just behind Sentry. I can't do anything else this turn. I'm just getting closer.
Okay.
You can go that far.
I can. I have 35.
And she dashed.
Oh, a dash. Well,
Yep.
Okay.
Nova. Breeze's last initiative if I roll a 3.
I guess I'm just. Because I'm frightened, I have to actively move away.
So, frightened.
one frightened?
Creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight.
Which one?
This one.
And you can't willingly move close,
It can't willingly move closer to the source of the fear.
which is like every echo.
Do I have to?
No,
run
it's
No,
this
what's
away?
that one?
It's this one.
Do I have to run away?
No.
No.
No, I can.
Just can't go closer.
Yes. And you have disadvantage.
Oh no, it's a big hot mess of confusion, sadness.
What's she doing? You got 6 seconds. Come on.
I'm gonna move that way,
So you go like 5, 10, 15, 20 over here.
and
Through
then
the ritual circle.
can I move like out this way, or is
Full
that
health now.
Move there, 30 feet.
30
No,
feet?
let's do it.
And then I guess seeing Quill, can I dash towards Quill? Although like
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah, you can just dash towards him, like when I
yeah,
move.
dash
Someone
me
move
towards
over 30 feet
30
towards
30
Quill.
feet.
You absolutely can. Awfully.
I'm just gonna be screaming, Quill, 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 Quill.
Weird sound.
Yeah, alright.
Okay. Begin.
Kind of cooler in my head.
Pushing that way. Okay. Just gotta search up a little something here on D&D Beyond.
Little
Why don't
something,
you
something.
tell us what it is? We might be able to find quicker.
How does Finger of Death work?
Yeah.
Sorry. Don't.
Why is he making
Mark.
that smile?
Mark, please.
Oh no.
He's a necromancer, ain't he? So
Oh, no.
no.
That was a joke.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, finger of death, the human. Who's he fingering? Don't finger me! Don't finger me! I said nothing the whole time.
He looks over at Sentry. And he's just like, I'll deal with humans first, and then I'll deal with you. And he rushes over, chasing after Nova. As you're running toward kill, he and the cloak comes flying off, and you now see this dark guardian form, these curved horns. It all begins to radiate this dark red magic as he clutches the sword. As he's running, the core staff in his hand changes into a long sword, with the red gemstone becoming the pommel and curving into a blade. He reaches up, points a finger towards Kim. Constitution
No!
saving throw, please, Kim.
I'm not him, I'm Nova. 6! Why do these? I just stood there.
I like that cat.
You watch, and he reaches out, this streak of red lightning erupts from his hand. It catches Nova as she's mid-run, kind of yanking on. And you begin to see her blue skin turning pale, her veins bulging, dehydration throughout her whole body as her form's blighted. You take 39 points of necrotic
Oh,
damage.
still alive!
Really?
God! Oh!
How much health do you have?
41.
If you're hoping for a
Echoes.
got
Keep entering the other fighter busy for the time being. At top of the round, the Echoes, Nova and Sentry are going to get hit by 2 beams each.
I just imagine that in doing that, I've
So-
just fallen to my knees in front of Quill.
I mean,
Yeah.
So, first things first, can you both make strength saving throws for me?
Me?
Yes,
You
you,
said
and
Nova.
Sentry.
Sorry.
He said the fighters to the Echoes.
Yeah, but you said
18.
no out loud. So I didn't realize. Sorry, what was it?
Strength saving throws.
12.
12.
18.
18. So Sentry, you pass, but Ayla, you are picked up and you are hurled 30 feet. 5, 10,
Fab.
15, 20. He basically throws you into this column. You're going to take 3d6 damage for a total of 9 as this beam like vroom, throws you across the room. Smash! The cavern shakes as stone and dust begins falling down from the ceiling as Ayla's form slams into this pillar. Sentry managed to resist this beam once again. Then can you both make wisdom saving throws for me, please?
Sorry, my DB has crashed.
Oh shit. Go back. Refresh the page.
I am trying.
I got 20.
What was that save?
Wisdom saving throw. Fine, Sentry.
Nice.
I rolled a 16.
You're fine. Unless you've got like heavy negatives to wisdom, which I don't think.
If it at the most would be 1.
Be a 1, yeah, so you're fine. So you feel these other beams. Your one seems to strike you and trying to feel still with fear. You shake it off, knowing the seriousness of the situation. Yours tries to daze you with a blinding light, but you manage to shrug it off for the time being. That's both of the beams. Sentry.
Can I dash backwards towards the guys at the back?
Yeah, absolutely. Just move yourself where you need to go.
How long is my dash? How far is it?
30 feet.
30 feet.
So that's your normal movement.
Okay.
That's your normal movement.
Yeah, do you want to dash or do you want to just normal move?
This is your normal movement.
I'm gonna dash, be closer to the guys.
Okay.
Do you want to be here?
Yeah, that's good.
So you're just basically within 5 feet of all of them.
Yeah.
She's not down.
Not down.
It's extremely
Yeah,
low
I'm
health.
on my knees crying.
Yep. So you run over there to them. Quill.
2 health.
Right, I am going to hand Nova Tiangong and in the same movement, Cure Wounds for touch. So, come on, roll an 8 again. It's 1. So you get full health.
Wow.
Grats.
Thanks.
Clerics.
6.
Lucius.
A fucking soul slot. That's it, that's all.
I appreciate it.
Lucius.
Never! I'm gonna go and pour a potion of healing.
Do you have one?
Yes, the last one.
Mark it
Actually,
off.
I've got 2.
Yeah,
you
we
go.
bought them.
Okay. So healing, regular potion.
Never, stay with us, please.
That's going to be 8, 9.
Lucius, I don't feel so good.
I'm gonna
9 hit points.
get her behind me.
You can't really move her in your turn.
I'll get in front of her.
Yeah, you can move in front of her though.
You brute!
Okay. Ayla.
I'm going to rage. That's 1.
Yeah.
I'd like to rage, please. I'm pretty angry right now.
Yep.
Super angry.
I'm like super angry. Okay, so I'm gonna try and take out these little shits. So I'm gonna go to this one
Yeah.
and give it a whacking.
This little echo bobbing, and you can see it's not like echo. This one's metal is twisted, almost like big thick spikes around this dark red central orb.
That's fun. Oh, that was almost a natural 20, and it was a 2. So no, I don't hit it.
No, this thing weaves out of the way, whoosh, flies up towards the air. As you try and strike it, Nova.
Can I
Oh, I have
go
to make
around
a dex saving
this?
throw, don't I?
Yes, you do. Can I hide around this
Failed.
pillar, wait so that he can't?
Yes, you can absolutely.
And hopefully the other I can't either. He failed. Sorry.
Yes.
1 point of lightning.
1 point of lightning damage. This
What
little
are
thing
What are
shot.
the other guardians doing?
So Scout is cradling Tracker and looking down, and he's trying to shake him awake. Chipper is just pressed up against the thing and doesn't know what to do. He's just freaking out. You can try and give them orders. You can try and help them, but if they're left to their own initiative, they're just kind of panicking.
Can I shout Scout?
Shout what?
Shout at Scout.
Yeah, sure.
Can I just say, Scout, snap out of it?
Sure. Give me a. You can make it as an intimidate or a persuasion. I'll let you choose.
10.
10. Okay. He's kind of coming around. It's something's wrong. I don't know. He's looking around. He seems to be snapping out of it, but it's probably going to take a bit more to get him fully back on board. So after Ayla, it is Breeze's go.
What about Nova's go?
Oh yeah, sorry, Nova. Yeah, I literally said your name and then thing you said.
Nova
Yeah.
has go.
Go on.
Can I glug a potion of healing, please?
You're gonna need such a big potion.
7.
I know, right? If I'm alive to have one.
Can we add potion weevils to Aerois?
Yeah.
Just drank a lot.
Oh, I have 2 potions.
We both have.
Make sure you mark them off. Yeah, because you
Right,
bought them
I've
at Red Meadows, remember?
I thought I had 1.
Yeah.
I have 2. Can I glug this? No.
No.
Can I? So that's my bonus action or action?
Yeah, for drinking your own potion bonus action, yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Drinking your own, but you fed
someone
someone
else.
to use it. It's an action.
Fair.
6 seconds. 1, 2,
I'm gonna drink.
3.
I'm gonna Eldritch Blast.
Sure. Yep.
I'm just gonna clutch Tiangong to me
Okay.
and just be like, ow.
Okay. Go for it.
Plus 6.
You have
22.
disadvantage because the of your fear is still within range.
No. That's a 6, 7, 8.
6, 7, 8. No, it's not. Breeze kind of brings the sword up and deflects the blast away. You kind of just smashed
You
it
get
to the
any
side.
saving throws for that?
Eldritch blast.
No.
For the
Oh, for the fear.
Yeah.
Until start of its next go. So it has on actually. So the first one would hit. Fear would have gone by now.
Oh, so I'm not frightened anymore.
No.
Oh,
So what was the first one you rolled?
22.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. So 1d10.
Good shout. Most of their effects are until the start of the next turn.
This d10.
Yep. Nice.
1.
1 point of damage. So he still kind of like slices it, but parts of it still smash into his arms, and he just.
I imagine it would just be like a fear reflex as
Just-
well. Can I move backwards, please?
I mean, yes, the tunnel begins to get narrower.
I
You
just
don't
want to
have any
move.
map.
I don't want to move. Like I just want to move. Like here.
Yeah, yeah. So you start just backing off into the tunnel. Yeah, sure. Do that. Now it's Breezy's go, and he will be 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah. He moves up toward Lucius. It's like so noble. He will try and slice you with a sword with one hand, and then the other hand fires beam towards Nova, basically, who's moved past.
I'm so squishy and
Yep.
cute.
So Lucius, that's a 19 to hit you.
Can I react? And protect, please?
You'll do disadvantage on his attack against Lucius.
Yes, please.
Yeah, that's going to do it. That was a 2-7 to hit. So you throw your shield or the axe in the way, deflecting his blade.
Nice.
But as you do, his hand shoots through, and a green light shoots out of his finger towards Nova. That is going to be a. That's going to be a 18 to hit.
Can I use shield?
You can if you have a spell slot and a reaction to do it.
I have 2 spell
Yep.
shields.
Spell slots. Spell slots. So
That
you can use shield.
makes me +5. So yeah, I would like to use shield,
Okay,
please.
and that lasts until the end of your next turn.
Yep.
Okay, so you throw the shield up and this green light launches off it.
Nice.
It's like grunts.
Can I direct it at his eyes?
No. One of the echoes flow over here and get in your face. Sentry and Lucius, one beam at each of you. Lucius, can you make a dex saving throw for me? Sentry, make a strength saving throw.
Sentry's in like melee range and he's casting beyond her. Is there any?
Didn't seem to.
So
To
what
be
is
that
it?
he is practiced in the art of war magic.
Cute.
He's
Dex for you, strength for you.
Nat
Strength
20
save?
plus 4, 24.
Easy.
4?
So this from the corrupted 15 points of cold damage. And the second beam tries to grip you again, that telekinetic force throw you away, but doesn't seem to take effect. Ayla, 2 beams against you. That's dex saving throw and a wisdom save throw.
6 for the dex, natural 1.
So 16 cold damage. And then you are now also dazed until the start of its next go. Your speed is halved and you have disadvantage on attack rolls. This blinding light flashes
luck over here.
and you're like, and you're kind of swinging your hammer blindly, unable to see where exactly it is. Sentry.
I don't want to hit Breeze yet. Please hit Breeze. I'm here.
Well, what would Entry do?
You're doing
he almost
6
killed
secondos.
Nova, and he's attacking.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
he's
that's true.
attacking them mercilessly.
Yep. Okay, let's do it. I'm just like,
Yeah, I get it.
yeah. Cool. I'll cast Thunderous Smite on him then, please.
Okay, you
and
can't
hit
wait.
him
You
hard.
cast Thunder and Smite on the axe.
Yeah.
You will need to, because the echo is kind of here. You'll have to.
Go around.
Yeah, which would mean leaving Lucius.
Okay. Yeah.
You move
Yeah,
there.
let's do it. Yeah.
Okay, so you move around.
Is she not moving the same space as the echo?
No, technically can't move into another creature's space. It is tiny, but
You
it's
could just headbutt it out of the way.
technically operates. It's small, I think, or is it tiny?
Alrighty. Rock and roll. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum.
Come on, Sentry.
Let's go. And my modifier, that's
4, isn't it?
yeah, 16.
It should be 4 and +4 for your attack roll. It should be if you go on
Oh,
actions.
attack. Oh yeah. Attack roll.
With your battle axe.
+6. Oh yes, that would be 18.
18 to hit Breeze.
Yep.
Just hits him. You can see the lightning quick. You go to parry it, but you just managed to catch him. Your honed warrior senses pushing through his defense. Make your attack roll. So this is your normal damage plus the thunderous smite damage.
Cool. So that'll be D8 +4, and then
the normal
2
damage?
D6.
Okay.
10,
Okay, so 10,
and then 2 6. 4 9.
another 9.
Ooh, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Awesome, you killed him. He's dead. Let's go home.
Does he have to make a strength
was a
saving
brief.
or anything for thunderous smite?
Yes, strength saving throw. Otherwise, he'll be pushed 2 feet away.
And
from
what's
me
the
and
DC
not
on that?
DC
So I got 15.
10.
Okay, so he's not pushed back. You slam into him. This wave of thunderous force erupts outward, and he kind of grips the sword as you're two clashing, and he's just like, "I'm not going to be bested here." And he kind of shoves back on it, not pushed back. You can see that the blow has definitely gone through in his form.
Okay.
Lucius. Oh no, sorry, Quill.
I am going to.
I didn't use advantage on my strength. Did I have a strength one?
I don't think it's just advantage
No, I
on
didn't.
strength saves, it's on ability checks.
You gain advantage on strength checks and saving
Oh,
throws.
okay.
I'm going to swing my barrier ring. Don't forget that. So I've got
2
shield
AC.
plus 2 AC. So I'm not holding the shield, am I?
No.
It's hovering
The
above.
whole point of the barrier ring, yeah.
In that case, I've got the spells. I'm going to bring the Thunderstone pistol out.
Okay.
Oh no, wait, it's not the Thunderstone one. It's the Arcana one, isn't it?
Yeah.
The
It's
Arcana
the same
pistol.
attack bonuses.
And I'm going to shoot at Breeze, I suppose.
Okay.
Um,
Attack roll.
only +2. 20.
The 20?
Echo.
Hits
It's
him.
not a natural 20.
No, but hits him though. It seems like in the moment where he's defending against the Thunder Smite, you pull out the arcane pistol from Demos, pull back, you cock the small Thunderstone cap, take aim, and it doesn't have the same amount of
the first time.
recoil. But it's still you're not used to firing with it.
Nice.
It's a D10,
10.
12 damage.
12 damage.
Moly!
So you hear this, and a huge chunk, probably one of his eyes, shatters.
Oh,
Oh, I know how that feels.
Oh.
You'll pay for that.
Oh, I already have 4.
You've still got mine you
Kind
can
of
take.
broken half of his face as he stares at you.
Oh, take this side.
Lucius.
I'm going to disengage.
Yep, so that's your action, and then you spend your movement.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
So you're just trying to get cover from him.
Bonus
Okay.
action.
You still have bonus action, yeah?
Potion.
Yep, so you're going to drink
My
another
last
potion.
one.
That is, a 10 hit points. I'm rolling very high on potions
Bloody
today.
hell.
No, then.
Is Breeze wearing metal?
I mean, he has metal as part of him.
Could I heat it?
You can try.
The other option is, first of all, I'd like to put a Hexblade curse on him.
Is that bonus action?
Bonus action.
Okay.
And it gives 2 to damage rolls.
Only for you, though.
Is the metal visible on him?
Yeah, it's the same as Sentry. Like, he has, metal built into his frame.
I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast heat metal on him.
Okay. He will take damage. He will take damage from it. Yeah, it worked on the Wyvern. There are certain elements with Breeze that aren't necessarily the same. So yeah, roll damage for me normal.
And then is it +2 to that from the Hexblade curse? It's 2 to damage rolls, says.
Yeah, I guess it would be. Yeah.
8, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, it's 2 8s, isn't it? 16.
Is it 2 8s? Or
Yeah,
is it an 8?
because with the
Oh,
added
the plus 2, yeah, so 16. Okay, yeah. So you watch as it does affect his form. I'm going to reduce the damage a little bit because there's some things you don't know. It begins to burn, glow hot, and he's like, irritating. And he just turns and looks at you.
Can I move a little bit further as well?
I mean, you can, yeah, the tunnel starts curving, but you can start moving along it, yeah?
Well, like, I kind of want to go like
Away.
there.
Yeah? So, like, are you moving 30 feet away, or are
So
you moving...
I'm curving like
How far in feet are you moving away?
30.
30.
Okay. Okay. So you're about 30, 40, 45 feet away from him at the moment.
Yeah.
Just for your own spell range as well as
Yep.
his. Okay. On his turn, he will attempt to hit Sentry. Yeah, he'll attempt to hit Sentry with his sword strike, and then with one hand, he's going to fire out towards Quill, Nova, or Lucius.
I mean, you're
Lucius
gonna
a bit of
do that.
cover. He did also, yeah, so he'll fire a beam at Quill.
He's taking the bullet there.
I'm not a healer, but I'll at least stop Nova getting hit.
23 to hit you, Sentry.
An eye for an eye.
You're going to take only 4 points of slashing damage as this sword carves into you, and then he fires something towards Quill. Another sickening green beam. That is going to be.
React on that one.
You can't because you're not within 5 feet of Quill. You have to be within 5
yeah.
feet of Quill.
Chop his arm off when
20 to hit you, Quill.
Yeah.
Can you make a Constitution saving throw for me, please, as well?
8.
Okay, take 14 poison damage, and you are now poisoned.
Poisoned?
So you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls.
14 and poison. Okay.
He's just, he like looks around, he's just like, grunts for a second. The Echo will try and move away from Sentry. You get attack opportunity if you want Sentry, and move
Yeah,
next to
take it.
Quill. Yep, so make an attack roll, normal attack roll.
That is a 9.
9, yep, misses. Quill and Nova, you're going to get 1 beam each. Nova dex save, Quill is a wisdom saving throw, please. Ayla, 2 more beams at you as well. That's another dex save and another strength save. Remove advantage.
14.
14.
21.
21, you're both fine. Huh?
It's coming from the
12 on dex
12 on dex.
and 10 on strength. I'm rolling like absolute shit.
Yeah, man, that's really bad. Take another 12 points of cold
I
damage,
might actually.
and it picks you up
You
and
know,
throws you against the
soon.
wall again.
What?
I'm not so hot.
Are you taking half damage on this bludgeoning damage, because you're thrown in the wall, you're raging, so you only take 5 total. That's already half, because the rage reduces it.
I'm in single digits now.
You just took 5 more though. Oh wait, okay, don't worry. Yeah.
So the ray of cold, you take full damage, it then grabs you with its telekinetic ray, slams you against the wall, you take 5 more, that's already
not good.
halved. Okay, so Ayla is looking pretty bad, then go to Sentry.
I've done shit all.
You've had bad rolls. Bad rolls.
I'm gonna do ensnaring strike
Okay.
on him. At 2nd level.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yar. Let me see. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba.
That's the one that kills, right?
It restrains him and takes 1d6 of piercing damage at the start of each of his turns.
And then he dies.
He has to make a strength saving check against his LDC.
And we get 4,000 XP.
Okay. So I believe you need to hit him as normal.
Yeah.
And then I
Let's go. That's a 9 again.
It's not enough. He parries it with the blade. Ching! As he blocks the battle axe strike. Remember the entangling strike, though, cape stays on battle axe.
Okay.
It's only until you hit.
So use it again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he brings up the sword to parry, and you feel the reverberations through your arm as he deflects it. And he seems stronger than you perhaps first thought. He definitely has some strength to him. Quill.
I have to reload the pistol to use it again, don't I?
I believe you do, yeah.
In that case, I am going to...
No, the arcane pistol has 4 shots reload.
Does it? Mm-hmm. Can Can I double shoot it for a bonus action?
No.
Damn. Okay, in that case, I am just going to do that. Yeah, I'm going to... Oh, there's a little drone in front.
And you also have disadvantage of the poison.
Oh. Jeez!
We're being
do.
fucked here.
I am going to shoot at him again.
Okay. Disadvantage.
Did I miss my turn? I feel like I haven't gone in
I think
ages.
you might have.
I haven't hit.
I
tried to hit anything in
I
ages.
did, but I'm gonna. You can take a go after this.
It doesn't hit. I rolled a 3 plus 2, so 5. In that case, I'm gonna back up.
Okay, the little tiny echo is going to try and slam you as you
Slam
move away.
me?
21 to hit.
You slammed me, it's a drone!
You take 1 bludgeoning damage.
I'm dead!
So as you try and you turn thinking it's not a threat and it smashes into your head. Ah!
Jeez!
Yep.
Esper!
But you still move away.
Yeah.
So you go off and over. So Ayla, take a go now, and then you'll
Okay.
get another go. I mean, you still would have had disadvantage on these attack rolls anyway, because it was last turn you had the days.
Right.
So disadvantage on these ones, then the proper turn you don't have disadvantage.
I'm actually just gonna try and get further up here because.
So you're just gonna run. So he'll do the same thing. He'll try and slam you. Oh,
Wait,
nice.
no, I'm away from him because he.
But
slammed-
before, if you had taken your turn
Oh.
before, you would have been here, like you were.
Well, if I'm here, I'm gonna hit it before I.
Yeah, so
like-
you were here on your previous turn, so you can attack roll against this thing.
Okay, so
And that would have been your last turn.
so it wouldn't hit anyway with disadvantage.
Okay.
9, 10, 11. Wait, 13? Would
13
that
does hit, yeah.
Okay.
13 hits, yeah.
So, Dex saving throw.
Oh yeah, do that as well. Failed.
8 plus 4.
That's enough
12.
to destroy it.
So it wouldn't throw me, so I wouldn't have taken.
You wouldn't have taken that last point of damage.
I wouldn't have
But
taken
let's-
any of that damage because I took 16
Yes.
plus 5
So you get, take those hit points back.
Okay.
because I missed my turn.
Yeah.
Because I would have destroyed it.
Yep. That's my fault.
So I had
It's
21
not
back.
like I'm trying to run a bunch of stuff.
No, I know. I know.
Yeah, it's, yeah. So you didn't take the damage.
Was it
You
16?
destroyed the
I
thing.
think it was 19 damage, because it was 4
19.
and then 5.
Yeah.
14 then 5.
Is it just 1 echo left then?
Yeah, the one in front of us.
Yeah. TJ, we're just going to try and wrap this combat up, and then we'll try and rush through the ending. I'd like to try and finish this, if we can.
Whose go is it?
So that was Quill's go, then it would go to Lucius,
Okay.
then Ayla, then Nova.
I'm going to firebolt that echo.
Okay,
That's 2.
it's a fail.
Yeah. That's my go.
Alright,
That should go. So then it goes to Ayla. Now it's Ayla's proper go. So you're going to
So I'm
want to
gonna
rush ahead.
dash. Yeah, I'm actually just gonna duck in here.
Okay.
So I think that, I wouldn't. I'm gonna duck in here so that you can't see me.
Nice. Okay, so you duck in there.
So that,
Okay, so you tuck in. You can see this large statue of
I
Kalara
can't
next to you.
get him on this turn.
Okay. Then it goes to Nova.
Can I Eldritch Blast the echo
The echo,
in front of me,
absolutely,
but
you
also do the heat metal on Breeze.
So roll the damage.
Breeze Blue. So I'll do Breeze first.
Plus 2.
6, 12, 14 on Breeze. And then Eldritch Blast. Sorry, I've got the wrong dice. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 to hit.
23 to hit. Yeah, hits.
2 points of damage.
2 points of damage.
Better than 1.
Well,
Yes, it's double 1, isn't it?
Wait,
True.
who's on like. I've confused myself.
extremely positive outlook. It's day 1.
It's like having 2 whole goes of 1.
I've got a bonus action, right? Left. Is heat metal bonus?
I think it's a bonus. I think you have to use a bonus action on your turn to do the damage.
Okay. Ignore me then.
Okay. So on Breeze's go,
He's gonna quit.
you know, I'm considering it. Pretty low on hit points.
Just gonna leave us alone. Come in peace. misunderstanding?
Okay, he's going to try something first, and then,
Oh, he's
depending
gonna-
on how it goes, he might bug out. He lifts up a hand, and you see the free hand that he's been casting his spells with begins to crackle with red energy. And he's going to reach out and he tries to grab Sentry with it.
No.
That is going to be 19.
That just hits.
Sentry's going to take 6 necrotic. He regenerates a small amount of health as it touches. I think that that's still too much of a risk for him. So he grabs you, you feel this life force drain out, and he just looks around. He's just like, "We'll meet again." Pulls in something in his pocket, drinks a potion. His form turns into a mist, and he floats up into the ceiling of the crypt, and then begins filtering through the natural rock like seams in the stone.
Pretty gross.
Yeah, it's going to bug out, I think, because it was pretty close.
Is the echo still going?
The echo is still going, and it is in fact the echo's go, and it will target Quill and Nova each.
The wrong thing.
So both of you make strength saving throws, please.
Oh, I'm really good at that.
It's gonna come back.
18
2.
plus.
18.
18 plus, yeah.
So
19.
Quill, you managed to hold off the telekinetic force. Nova, you feel it grab you. It throws you basically 30 feet into the room and into a wall, slamming you in for 15 points of bludgeon damage.
That's a lot.
I'm rolling really well on 3d6. Idle Champions dice.
Yeah.
They're killers. Are you still conscious?
Yes.
Okay, so you throw him back in, bam, slam into the ground with a skidding thud as you fly in Sentry.
I'm just gonna try and get rid of this last echo, I think.
Yeah,
Can you remove this from the board, please? It's harshing my aura.
I'll just hit it with a regular attack.
That hits.
19
That hits.
and 1d8 plus 4.
And
That is
Snaring
11.
Strike.
And the ensnaring strike, 11. It's,
Yeah.
No, it just destroys. It's
Yep.
got tiny hit points.
Gone.
So you watch as this last, you cleave it in two, and as it hits, it just bursts into like a red, mist that seems to be inside it, just as it lays scattered around the ground. You look over at the scene. The human man, is alive, although he looks very drained, very unwell. But Tracker is just lifeless. And you can see Scout is kind of holding him. And that's where we're going to end today's session.
Yeah. Man.
Damn.
Breeze was not a nice man. We were Brookstoned. You Brookstoned us, Mark.
I mean,
Double
Well,
Brooks.
did he?
Bobby
He
Dog.
just he didn't reveal the kind of squishy nature.
Because he knew it was shit. He
Was
knew
it shit?
bad.
He didn't lie.
pretty
it was
bad
just
guy
a
that you
mission.
saved. Pretty bad guy.
Yeah.
Should just let it happen, to be honest.
Anyway,
I didn't do nothing.
there's some major donos, so let's
okay.
wrap through these because I'm sorry, TJ. I know we're keeping you late. By all means, hassle terps, but I like to read these out.
He said something.
It's cool, I think.
It's cool. All right. Desiree, I'm gonna have to move around to read these. Donated happy birthday to my favorite dungeon master, my biggest inspiration, Mark Humes. I hope that one day I'll be as creative and as good as a storyteller as you are. Thanks very much. Do you have them up there, Trot? Is it going to be easier for me to read them off your iPad?
Probably.
Or someone else can read them if you want. Art Fishin donated, thank you very much. Very generous donation. Thanks for another awesome session, guys. Thank you very much. Frank the NPC donated a hundo. Happy birthday
you.
to the best DM and happy late birthday to the others. Mercer, nothing on you, Mark. That's not true. I had to VOD squad the last few weeks, but I'm back in time for a celebration. Iron Sloths forever. Thank you very much, Frank. Olrenve donated. Thank you very much. No message. Drexter donated. Hello. Just a donation to say happy birthday, Mark. Our benevolent dungeon dad. I must say that you don't look a day over D20. Thank you very much.
I like that.
NMD Cheery. Huh?
I rolled a d20.
Thanks.
Got 6.
NMD Cheery donated. First time I'm able to donate. Been watching since the very beginning. Thank you for all the laughter, crying, and many other emotions I don't even have a word for. Happy birthday, Mark. Horrible present for you is some grammar Nazi stuff in second part. Okay. Lehan
Aerois is spelt.
donated. The participle you wanted to use is secreted from the verb to secret, stressed on the first syllable. Secreted, different from the secrete, stressed on its blah blah blah, both written the same, hence the confusion. I mean, did I say secreted?
It was a while ago.
Remember.
I don't
It was a
remember.
while ago. I remember the.
Sheriff Fair, thank you very much. Quarter hundo. Happy birthday, Mark. Happy belated birthday, Trot. Happy pre-birthday, Renan. Happy High Rollers Day to Kim and Katie and Tom.
Yay.
Thank you all for the entertainment you provided this myself and the community over many years.
Those words.
Nightjar, Sweet Nightjar, donated. Managed to battle my silly brain into submission, so I'm back to watching live again this week. As always, thank you for everything you do, guys. I'm not sure if I'll ever be able to properly verbalize how much joy and comfort High Rollers brings me. Nightjar donated again.
That.
Happy birthday to our wonderful D Mark, the biggest Donald Duck fan I've ever met. That's not true. Also, happy belated birthday to Trot and happy future birthday to Rhiannon. Katie, I pass it to you.
I can
please.
read that.
Yeah, thank you.
Mr. Falkar donated saying, "Hey Tom, I love you and your
love that
character,
so
but you talked a lot of shit to the best player at the table about not doing his job as a healer. Notice a suspicious lack of healing from you. Have a great day."
I mean, you healed me for one.
I
healed? He healed?
I healed for 4 HP.
He
Rattle
tried.
through, rattle
You know,
through,
You did only have one spell.
Lone,
Healing stuff is garbage, that's why.
rattle through.
Lone Wolfie has donated saying, "Did you know that Rhiannon's birthday is the anniversary of the first time someone was killed by animated armor on High Rollers? I'm sure it's a coincidence. Also, Sentry fretting about Spell Clash last week was adorable. Happy birthday, have a good one." It was. EJ.
This is probably expecting us to.
Okay, well, where's the iPad?
I've got it.
If you've done it, it's not updated on that.
Which
wanna
one?
just do it?
Which one?
Just read it.
That one's done.
Yeah, we done that one.
This one's done.
Just that one, yeah.
Hello, Wolfie again. Nice to see you all less ill, by the way. I got some HR dice. They're surprisingly heavy and roll really well. Hashtag ad. First roll's an @1, so it's uphill from here. Still equally wasted. I'm a delight. And Home's warm plate merch, as well as new dice.
Home is a warm plate.
NMD Cheery donated. Apparently, autocomplete made me donate 2 different names.
Oh,
Now, hand donation about the verb secreta was my grandma Nazi present. Sorry I couldn't donate more. Love you all. Hope the stream goes on forever.
That was 3 donations. So I mean,
Thank you.
Helgi Potato donated. Use Firebear on the guards.
Hi, Bear.
Firebear, be
Not
back.
your illusion anymore.
Varys, thank you for your donation. Scaldo donated from spell clashing to park squatting. High Rollers has it all.
It really does.
Endless Dex donated our moon symbols, but no moon. Hashtag plot holes.
A moon symbol. Where was there a moon symbol?
Was it on your
Kalara
wall?
crypt?
Kalara
In the
stuff?
Kalar crypt.
Meh.
Meta Manu donated.
Whoa.
Happy
sorry.
birthday, Mark. Rhiannon Trot. That is a half hundo there.
There's a hundo there, but here it is.
Not that we're saying anything less about that half hundo. Very kind.
Absolutely.
Jimmy Keeper X donated half a
Thousand.
thousand.
$500. Jeez.
Been stuck vodding most of the time this year, so here's a mass happy birthday to everyone.
Thank you so much, Jimmy Keeber.
Incredibly good.
That's a hundo each right
It's
there.
not.
that's not.
not.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6 of us.
It's not.
Woody donated. Boop, 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 boop. Shout out to
Chocobo Asylum.
Yeah, Chocobo Asylum for the gift sub too.
Hey.
Florence 10. Josh, thank you.
Yeah. Just
Happy birthday, Mark. Just finished my exams and now I'm starting the second semester of uni tomorrow. Here's a little something for helping me through the stress of exam season.
Luck.
Good luck. Good luck.
The Omni Nerd donated a quarter. Thank you very much. Dennis here